And we are live. We have a kickstart, an early kickstart, 5 minutes. And yeah, let's do this, man. Back for match week 10. Match week 9 was something else, right? That was definitely something else, man. What a match week we had there. And with that being said, we have a few things to recap. The Carabao Cup to recap. We have to talk about the last week and everything, and before we get into this week, man. So let's do that right about now. Let's recap the Carabao Cup really quick. Yeah, I won't be long on the Carabao Cup, but we got to talk about it. It exists, so definitely have to mention that one. So what I'm going to do to kick things off today is to talk about the Carabao Cup a bit, and not for long, just the scores, and then move on. I made a whole video last night, a whole live stream talking about it, so you guys could go check that out whenever you have some time. So let's talk a bit about the Carabao Cup here, and then we move on to the nitty-gritty, the Premier League. So in the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup, you had Chelsea, Southampton put into a 1-1 draw. The match went to pens. Chelsea won 4-3. Won't be getting into the scorers and everything. As I said, made a live stream. You could go check it out. Arsenal 2, Leeds United 0. Arsenal moves on. QPR 0, Sunderland 0. Sunderland, who are in League One, the only team from the lower leagues left in the competition, they move on, beating QPR 3-1 on penalties. Brentford beats Stoke City 2-1 to move on to the last 8. And West Ham have dethroned Man City, basically. When I said dethroned, they didn't take the trophy away from City, but they prevented City from winning the League Cup for a 5th consecutive season, which is a big deal. West Ham knocking out both Manchester clubs in Man United and Manchester City. 5-3 on pens after the game ended 0-0. Leicester 2, Brighton 2, Leicester 4, Brighton 2 on pens. Leicester move on. Preston 0, Liverpool 2, Liverpool move on. Burnley 0, Tottenham 1, Tottenham move on. So the last 8 reads Tottenham, Liverpool, West Ham, Leicester, Brentford, Sunderland, Chelsea, and Arsenal. One of those teams would actually be crowned EFL Cup winners of 2021-22. And seriously, I hope it's one of them teams like Brentford, West Ham, even a Leicester, Sunderland, man. You know what I mean? The other teams, I really don't want them to win it. Seriously. I really don't. Because some of these teams, not going to call names, they don't really care about the trophy, and they talk shit about the trophy in the past. So we're going to keep that 100% and keep it moving. So that's the Carabao Cup for you. What we're going to move on, and we're going to talk about the Prem de la Prem. We're going to kick things off right away. And what we have to do is to recap the results of last week. Got to talk about those results. Take a look at the table again. And then we get into match week 10. So I like to take the time to big up everybody in the stream right about now. You guys are the real deal. Thanks for coming back. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Right? Without you, there would be no show whatsoever. So let's go. Let's talk about these games that happen on match week 9. So let's do this. All right, so big up to Strasbourg Steve, bro. I shouted you out last night, I think, when we touched on Strasbourg. So Steve says, morning, Dom, watching you from work. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Bambi Rosie, hi, Dom. How are you? Can't wait for this weekend. Big up to Bambi Rosie in the house. Steve, how are you? Joshua, big up to the boy Thriller from Manila. Nice seeing you. I know you're usually not available early in the morning, but nice seeing you in here, bro. Definitely nice seeing you in here. Big up to TV, whatever TV that says Ole out. And yeah, so let's keep things going. Let's keep the ball rolling here, guys. If you haven't yet liked the video, make sure you do so. So just to recap last week, man. Let's just recap last week. Arsenal beat Aston Villa 3-1. Man City beat Brighton 4-1. Southampton and Burnley played to a 2-2 draw. Leeds and Wolves played to a 1-1 draw. Watford came from behind to smash Everton 5-2. Crystal Palace dropped points from yet another winning position in a 1-1 draw against the struggling Newcastle. Chelsea completely blew away Norwich 7-0. Liverpool completely destroyed Manchester United at Old Trafford. Left the place in tatters 5-0. West Ham beat Spurs 1-0 when Nuno said Spurs were the better team on the day. Just like Mourinho, you know what I mean? I don't know what's going on, but seems like he's been chatting with Mourinho these days. So 1-0 to West Ham. They've been doing well, though. And Leicester beat Brentford 2-1. And that did it for week 9. In terms of the table, man, let's take a look at some of these tables. Chelsea leads the charge, 22 points on top of the table. Liverpool still unbeaten, 21 points in second. Man City right behind, 20 points in third. West Ham United, David Moyes doing the damn business. 9 matches played, 17 points. What a start for the Irons. Brighton and Hove Albion, oh man, the best ever start in the top flight season with 15 points after 9 games. Tottenham Hotspur, they're about in 6, 15 points after 9 games as well. Man United struggling down in 7th with 14 points. But look, as I said, man, it's still early. If United get their act together, they could be amongst the big boys again. Everton are 8th with 14 points. Leicester 9th with 14 points. And Arsenal round off the top 10 with 14 points as well. They are 6 games unbeaten in the Premier League. And also, you could add another one in the League Cup. 7 games without a loss. Arteta and Arsenal are doing the damn thing. In the lower half of the table, Wolverhampton Wanderers are 11th with 13 points. They have really got their act together and have picked up 4 wins after starting the season horribly with 3 losses. Brentford seemed like they're losing a bit of steam. 3-3-3 in terms of win, draws, and losses. They have 12 points, and they have a few setbacks that they would have to deal with, but they're still in the EFL Cup doing well. Aston Villa 13th with 10 points. So-so season for Aston Villa so far, but still early. They need to, they have some catching up to do. Watford catching up. They are catching up. You talk about catching up. They are, catching up with 3 wins there. Picked up their first win on the Claudio Ranieri against Everton in the last match. They do have 10 points. Crystal Palace are 15th. They're the draw kings of the league so far with 9 points. And Patrick Vieira and his boys can't seem to get over the finish line when they go ahead. They 9 points, 15th. They got to start picking up some more 3-pointers. Southampton also have drawn a lot of games. 5 draws, 8 points. Hassan Huta and his boys have looked promising, but yet again, similar situation like Crystal Palace. Can't seem to get the W's. Leeds, well, they're struggling with a lot of injuries, and after very, very impressive return to the Premier League last season, Bielsa and his boys are struggling down in 17th position. Might be a relegation scrap for Leeds United. Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich remain winless in the league with 4 points, and 2 points respectively. Norwich might be doomed, but still not too late, because guess what? 29 games left. 29 games is 87 points. You heard that right. 27 games is 29 games, is 87 points. So Norwich could still pick up an 80. They still have 87 points available to them. So it's up to them if they want to get their act together and start winning some matches. You see what I mean? So that'll do it for the Premier League table. There's also some other tables that I've been wanting to check out, like things like some stats in terms of the players. I wanted to check this out, but haven't got to check it out yet. But let's check out the stats in terms of goal scoring, man. I cannot believe this. This is not true. Mo Salah has 10 goals already. No, 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 no. This ain't right. Something's not right here. 9 games, 10 goals. Jeez. Amazing stuff, Salah. Vardy has 7. At his age, he's still bagging them in for fun. Mikel Antonio has 6. Sadio Mane 5. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang 4. Roberto Firmino, he has 4 as well. Damn, the Liverpool boys are doing well. Combined, that's 19 goals between their dynamic trio. Bruno Fernandes has 4, and those 4 goals were picked up very early in the season. He has gone missing. Greenwood has 4. Hwang Hee-chan has 4. Neil Maupay has 4. I'm not going to go through the other, players on the list. Just the top players there. In terms of assists, Paul Pogba, believe it or not, has 7 assists. Gabriel Jesus has 5. Kovacic has 5. Damn, he's been creative this season. Salah himself has 5. So that's 15 goal involvement so far this season, which is absolutely amazing. Abdoulaye Doucouré has 4. He's injured, but it's good news on him. That'll come up soon. Trent Alexander-Arnold 3. Mikel Antonio 3. Emmanuel Dennis 3. Picked up a few in the last game. Alain Saint-Maximin 3. And Cesar Azpilicueta 2. There's some other stats in terms of passing stats. You see João Cancelo leading the charts there. He's a defender. City passed the ball a lot, so that's why. You have Virgil van Dijk with 2nd. Mark Guehi, Lewis Dunk, Hybier, Ruben Diaz, Joachim Anderson, Liam Cooper, Chaglar Soyuncu, and Emerick Laporte. You see, most of the players on the list are defenders, right? Because guess why? Teams that like to pass the ball a lot, pass the ball out from the back a lot. In terms of goalkeepers, Mendy leads the charge with 5 clean sheets. Ederson and Alisson with 5 as well. So that'll be the race for the clean sheets this season for the Golden Glove. Robert Sanchez has 4. Fabianski has 3. Luis has 3. Martinez has 3. McCarthy 3. Ramsdale 3. And David Raya, who I have some very important news on, has 3. So you could see a lot of things there in terms of club stats. Liverpool lead the charge with 27 goals. Chelsea has 23. City has 20. And no other reason why they're on top of the table, those 3 teams. Man City leads the charge with the passing. They love to pass the ball. Liverpool a 2nd, Chelsea a 3rd. You see that again? Bossing the stats, the teams on top the table. Clean sheets, Chelsea, Liverpool, and Man City all with 6. And come on, man. Do I need to keep repeating myself here? Crosses in the box, though. Burnley, they love to cross the ball in the box. Long ball football, you call that. And Burnley leading the charge. Liverpool a 2nd. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Andy Robertson loves putting the ball in the box. Man City, surprisingly, a 4th. That is a surprising stat for me. And West Ham are 3rd. So there's a lot more other stats we could get into, but we won't. So we're going to get into today's show, and we're going to start with the first game of the day. And that game that I'm going to kick it off with today, guys, is Watford versus Southampton. So before I do get into the episode, I like to take the time to thank everybody who's in here right about now. Big up to you guys, man. Appreciate you for being here. Big up to the boy Michael Talks Football, Thriller. Big up to Bambi Rosie. Never seen you around here before, but nice seeing you. Big up to the boy Asian Sensational FC. You could say what you want about Steve, but he makes sure he's here, which I definitely appreciate. Oh, I've been thinking about you lately, Big up to the girl, A-Bob, man. Oh, man, it's okay, man. It's okay. It's okay, A-Bob. Guys, have any one of you taken the time to find out how A-Bob is actually doing? Have you guys taken the time to find out how A-Bob is doing? Because, United, her team, are going through some things right about now. You see what I mean? She says, Ole out. You know what I say? You know what's my response to that? Ole in. Very, very simple. Very, very, very simple. Big up to the boy Stuart Barkley in the house. Nadir Abdel Noor. We have Jack Mack. Oh, my God. We got the boy Jack Mack in the house. Oh, my God. Oh, man. Big up to the boy Jack Mack, man. I see you pool fans in here as well. Guys, this is going to be a long show, so I better get it going, all right? I have a lot of information to share on all 10 fixtures. You know what I like? I like when people accuse me of not actually talking about other teams, not actually talking about other clubs. They say, oh, you only talk about Liverpool. But when I do talk about the other teams and I put out the videos, nobody seems to want to watch the videos. You see what I'm saying? So there's a live stream with all the information about all the team that you need. So just remember that in the future. So let's go. Let's start. For Watford, their last game was a 5-2 win against Everton. And for Southampton, a 2-2 draw against Burnley and 1-1 draw in the EFL Cup, but they lost 4-3 on pens. Big up to the boy Lennon Sweet. Big up to Ankit. Big up to you, however you say your name. And Samuel. Everybody in here, man. Everybody in here. How are you guys doing? Nice seeing you, man. Nice seeing you. So Southampton out of the EFL Cup. In terms of the last time these two teams met, Southampton did the double on Watford the last time they were in the Premier League, a 3-1 win on the road and a 2-1 win at home. Watford has only one win across the last 10 fixtures between the two teams, with a 2-0 win on the road back in September of 2017. In terms of their all-time Premier League results, 12 games, Southampton with 5 wins, Watford with 2, 5 games ending in draws. Let me give you guys some visuals here. Visuals. Dom, come on. You could do better than that in terms of the visuals. Yeah. So, Hasenhuttl versus Claudio Ranieri. The managers have met each other once, with Hasenhuttl winning the solitary game. And I think that was when Ranieri took charge of Fulham. Briefly took charge of Fulham. Yes, a 2-0 win for Southampton in the 2018-19 season. Fulham had a torrid time in the league that season. I think they had Jakunovic in charge, sacked him early, brought in Ranieri, sacked him early, and, you know, it was a disaster after spending £100 million in the transfer window, right? Right? Yeah, that happened. Things like that do happen. So Hasenhuttl's record versus Watford is very good. 3 matches, 2 wins, and a draw. And Ranieri's record against Southampton is stellar. 6 wins, 4 draws, and 4 losses. So what we're going to be doing right now, we're going to take a look at some notes and things that we have to take note of for this fixture. I took my time, and I got a few tidbits for you here, man. Few tidbits for you. And guys, there is a stat out there that says, right, Watford is the first team in the Premier League history to trail after 75 minutes and still win the game by at least 3 goals, right? And that's from ESPN Stats and Info, verified on Twitter. So brilliant stuff there by Watford, man. You know what I mean? Look, didn't start the season off too bright, and, you know what I mean, Xisco Munoz, who is rumored to be close to a head coach job over at Huesca, got sacked. I don't think he did too badly, but they kind of panicked a bit, and they're like, yeah, man, we have to part ways with you because, you know what I mean, it ain't looking like things are going to actually work out for the better. So they did that, and they brought in Ranieri. And Ranieri, you know, lost heavily against Liverpool, but he bounced back brilliantly against Everton. So what a test. 2 Merseyside teams to start your Premier League campaign off with Watford. And Claudio Ranieri asked if the win was enough to warrant a dinner for his players. He says, no dinner. Dinner comes with a clean sheet. He said, dinner at the Watford canteen, everybody. Yeah. The boy Ranieri has a really good sense of humor there, though. Really good sense of humor. And I have something else on Watford as well, guys. And this is from Richard Jolly over on Twitter, verified as well. He's a journalist for National, The Guardian, and The Observer. He says, Watford's last 5 Premier League away wins have come under 5 different managers. Javi Gracia, Kiko Flores Sanchez, Nigel Pearson, Xisco Munoz, and Claudio Ranieri. That is absolutely crazy when you think about it, right? That is crazy. 5 different managers, 5 away wins. So you got to give it up to Watford, though. You know what I'm saying? They don't play around. They're no slouches when it comes to sacking somebody. So if you work for Watford, man, you better stay on your P's and Q's. And I mean that. Stay on your P's and Q's. Capital P's and Q's. Okay? So, look. Southampton, man. You know, Liverpool beat United. Not 6, 5-0. Southampton did manage to beat Manchester United 6-3 25 years ago. So that was actually something to note. You know what I mean? Jog the memory of the people that goes all the way back 25 years ago into the Premier League. And yeah, there's also been some news that Hassan Hutel was fined. He was fined for protesting some refereeing decisions. So the boy Hassan Hutel has to fork up some cash there. And yeah, just for his mouth, you know what I mean? A little too loose at the lips. You know what they say? Loose lips do sink ships. Yeah. But how's everybody in here doing, man? How's everybody doing? If you want to know how much he was fined, £20,000 for breach of the FA rule E3 in relegation to comments he made about Mike Dean and VAR after the game against Chelsea. Yeah, Southampton should have got something from that game. I'm definitely, defiantly with Ralph Hassan Hutel. And some good news for Southampton is that James Ward-Prowse will be back after serving his ban from that Chelsea game. Also, some news for Watford is Danny Rose, who lost his soul, lost his spirit, lost his mind in that 5-0 loss against Liverpool, is back available. Kiko Femenia still remains a doubt for this game. So, guys, did you actually know that Southampton's 20-year-old striker Armando Broja has scored in both of his Premier League starts for the club so far? If he starts and scores here, he'd be the first player under 21 to score in each of his first 3 starts in the competition. Watford are looking to win back-to-back Premier League matches for the first time since July 2020. The Hornets scored more goals in their 5-2 win against Everton last time out than they had in their previous 7 outings combined, where they scored 4. And talk about Hornets, man. I have a big-ass Hornets nest outside my house in the backyard that keeps growing and growing and growing. And I'm absolutely petrified of the damn thing, because I don't want when I'm back there one day it just falls on the ground and a million hornets come out and just, eat me alive. And that actually happened to me when I was little, though. The Hornets back in St. Vincent, we call them Jack Spanner. I don't know why, but I ran into a Hornets. It's a different type of hornet, but it's a wasp. It's more like a wasp. So I got stung up by a whole nest of wasps when I was like little. That's from not listening to my grandmother, which means that happened before I was 10 years old. So yeah, man, that was a thing. I was young. Maybe I was about 7, 8 years old when that happened to me. My face swelled up bigger than a freaking watermelon. Fresh from his hat-trick against Everton last time out, Watford's Joshua King is looking to score back-to-back Premier League matches for the first time since January 2019. However, the Norwegian has netted just one goal in his 11 top-flight appearances against Southampton. Southampton James Ward-Prowse has scored more Premier League goals against Watford than any other side, 4, netting a direct free kick against them in both meetings in the 2019-20 season. Peter Banks would be the referee in charge of this game, and it brings us to the part where I let you guys know my prediction here. So, Watford Southampton prediction, man. Look, Watford has a very good manager in charge of them right now. Claudio Ranieri won the Premier League. He knows what he's doing. He's 70 years old. He has a lot of experience. He's coming up against the Austrian here, Hassan Hüttl, who does know his thing as well. You see what I mean? He's been in the league for some time, since 2018. He was previously at RB Leipzig. So he's one of the, highly rated managers in the league, believe it or not, despite not picking up the best of results lately with Southampton. But remember, Southampton was like top of the league last season, and then a disaster happened, and they got 9-0 in back-to-back seasons. And it has been a struggle. It has definitely been a struggle for Southampton, who keep, selling on their best players. Whenever they look like they're getting a settled team going, they sell and they have to revamp and go again. But they have some neat little players in their team, like a Broya on loan from Chelsea, Livramento brought in from the Chelsea youngsters, guys like Perrault brought in, Lianco, and Adam Armstrong, Che Adams, James Ward-Prowse, Nathan Redmond. They still have a neat little team there with Moussa Genepo and guys like Diallo and co, right? And they are a threat. They have picked up good results against both City and Manchester United. Well, everybody's picking up good results against Manchester United this season. But they haven't seemed to actually have it in them to get over the finish line on multiple occasions. And the same goes for, Watford, who's been struggling as well. But judging from what I saw from the game against Everton, this Watford team is a team that's going to take the game to you. They're not just going to sit back and relax and defend in number. They're going to take the game to you. And Southampton are going to play a very attractive brand of football as well. So I could see this being a very open game of football. And I could see the home team, Watford, coming out on top here. And I'm going to go for a 3-1 win. This is a fixture that could go any which way, even end in a draw. But I'm going to put my faith in Ismail Assar, Josh King, and guys like Bonaventure, Emmanuel Dennis, however you say his name, Kuchka, and co. Watford, very, very, very bright. They could be very, very dangerous. And they got that Dogecoin on their sleeve as well. So big up to Watford. So I'm going for a 3-1 win for Watford. Southampton to suffer yet another defeat and continue struggling. Let's see if they could prove me wrong. So in terms of their next game here, so Watford, who are 14th, their next match will be against Arsenal in a London derby, and then they play United and Leicester City. Southampton, their next game, Southampton currently 16th in the table. Their next game will be against Aston Villa. Then they have Norwich and Liverpool, who they did beat last season, just so you know. So that's my prediction for the first game today. Watford versus Southampton. So big up to everybody in here right about now. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this game, man. Thriller says them Island Wasps be brutal. Tell me about it, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about it, man. You see what I mean? So Victor Alexander said 25 years ago they were using horses and carriage and candles. LOL. I know, right? I know. Long time ago, man. Long time ago. So Asian Sensational is back in Watford, it seems. Big up to Luman, you as well. Nice seeing you here. Robert Robinson, how are you doing? What we got? Predictions. Robert, 2-1 to Southampton. 2-1 to Watford, Bambi Rosie. Victor Alexander, 3-1 to Southampton. What else we got? Nadir, 2-1 to Watford. Any more predictions, please share it in the chat or forever hold your peace until next time around. Guys, make sure you smash up the thumbs up button for the live stream. And don't forget that today's stream is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best below the men's grooming champions of the world. Manscaped offers precision engineered tools for your family jewels. And Manscaped just launched their 4th generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Enjoying over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. With this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free shipping worldwide. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off over at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code Dominic Rich. Trust me, your balls would thank you. Christmas is around the corner. I'm pretty sure you have birthdays coming up in your family. Treat a loved one, a friend, or even treat yourself something nice. So with that being said, guys, we're going to keep it moving. And the next game that we're going to talk about is Burnley versus Brentford. Listen, man, I woke up early. I ate some breakfast. You know what I mean? I came downstairs, I gathered my thoughts, and I'm here to take my time and go through each and every fixture. Not every game is going to take us a long time, but I have information to share with you, and I want to give you that information as well. I want to make this one of the most comprehensive Premier League preview / prediction shows on YouTube. You see what I mean? Not really for the vanity metrics, but to just come out here and give you guys a thorough preview of the Premier League match week. You see what I mean? Not just to scream out predictions and who I think is going to win, but just to give you some more substance. You see what I'm saying, guys? So this is the place to be every Thursday morning or Fridays if I do make a change, or if I do decide to actually not stream in case of an emergency or something. Guys, for the next Premier League preview, I'm planning on doing something on Wednesday night. After the Champions League, I'm planning to do the Premier League the same night, like take a little break after the Champions League and maybe come around 9 p.m. in the night, my time, and just to get it out because I'm going on vacation the following day, so I won't be able to go live the following days, but I want to do it live. I don't want to do a video, so that is something that I'm actually thinking about right about now. So, yeah, Burnley versus Brentford. Let's get into this one. Last game for Burnley, 2-2 draw against Southampton, and against Tottenham in the EFL Cup, they lost 1-0. So they're out of the cup. They can now focus on the league and the FA Cup when it comes around. As for Brentford, they lost 2-1 to Leicester in their last game, but they did beat Stoke 2-1 in the EFL Cup to stay alive, move on to the last 8 in that competition. In terms of the last time Burnley and Brentford met each other, you got to go back to 2016, back in the Championship, when Burnley beat Brentford 3-1, and they also beat them 1-0. The last 5 fixtures have been unbeaten for Burnley with 4 wins and a draw. So they have a very good record against Brentford. Look, the record doesn't go back too far on Transfer Marked, my source. So when that happens, I usually go over to a site by the name of 11 versus 11, and I get into the history. You see what I'm saying? I get deeper into the history of these teams, and I find out what actually went down in terms of their past meetings. So I'm going to attempt to do that right now and find out what happened the last time Burnley and Brentford met in the top flight. Because, you know, Brentford, they were out of the top flight for some time, right? But I'm pretty sure these teams met before. So, Brentford, Burnley. All right, Brentford versus Burnley. I'm trying to find. All right, I got it. All right, site was kind of messing around. So, look, their matches date all the way back, guys, to 1933, which is very important to share. And that's when they met in Division 2. They met in Division 3, Division 2. And just for your information, they have never met in the top flight before, guys. Never. A few League Cup meetings, a few FA Cup meetings, but never ever in the top flight. Division 3, Division 2, as I said, and in the Championship. So, yeah, that's a fun fact there. So, Brentford against Burnley. Burnley has 12 wins. Brentford has 8. 10 games have ended in draws, dating all the way back to 1933. So, look, I got some information for you here, man, on Brentford. It's not some good information as well. Not some good. But I do have some good information, so let me start with that first. Let me start with the good before I share that bad. Recently, Brentford had a Premier League record for the most amount of Danish players to be in one team at the same time, and that was 4. which is absolutely sick when you really think about it, right? Because you have Wolves with a whole lot of Portuguese players in the team, and now you have Brentford with a whole lot of Scandinavian players in the team as well. So that was actually a record there for Brentford. I think it was Bidstrup, Jensen, Norgard, and Zanka in the same team at the same time, which is absolutely nuts. And they have a few other Scandinavian players in the team like Pontus Janssen and Christopher Aya, just to name a few, with the manager, actually Thomas Frank from Denmark. So big up to Brentford and then their Scandinavian team. But some very important info here to share, man. David Raya, their goalkeeper, their number one goalkeeper, picked up an ACL in his knee in the last game there against Leicester City, and he will be out for 4 to 5 months. That is sad. That is really sad, because I think Raya had a brilliant start to his Premier League season, and he has been one of their brightest players so far, along with Ivan Toney, of course, Mbuemo, and Sergi Canos has looked good. And they have looked a neat bunch. You know what I mean? Johan Wissa comes to mind. And with that being said, Johan Wissa has been absent for some time. He's most likely a doubt for this game. Mbuemo is a doubt as well. And Pinnock is a doubt. These guys are, dealing with a few little injuries here and there. Nothing really to talk about in terms of Burnley, though. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to get into the did you know that Brentford are unbeaten away from home in the Premier League this season. They played 4, they won 2, and they draw 2. With Hull City, the last team to go unbeaten in their first 5 Premier League matches in 2008-09. The last team to win as many as 3 of the 5 away matches in the competition were Blackpool back in 2010-11. Burnley haven't won any of their last 5 home league matches against promoted teams, drawing 3, losing 2. Having won 6 of their 8 such matches before this and drawing 2. The Clarets, which are Burnley, have opened the scoring in 5 league matches this season, but failed to win any of them, drawing 3 and losing 2, which is terrible. They need to manage games better. Indeed, they have dropped more points from winning positions than any other side in the Premier League this term with 12, and Crystal Palace comes to mind as well. Brentford defender Zanka has scored in 4 Premier League matches, 3 for Huddersfield Town, 1 for Brentford, and ended up on the losing side in all 4. The worst 100% losing record of any player in the Premier League history. Jonathan Moss would be the referee for this game, and it brings you to the part where I let you guys know my prediction here. Look, man, Burnley have been struggling, and especially at home. They have been struggling. Turf Moor used to be a fortress, man. You'll go down there and it'll be windy and it'll be very, very tough conditions to play in, where even Jurgen Klopp would complain about, oh yeah, man, the wind, there's too much wind and that's why we didn't pick up the win and everything. But these days, teams just seem to go there and win very, very, very easily. You see what I mean? So, look, one thing they have working for them is that Raya would be out for Brentford. Alvaro Fernandez is now the number 1 goalkeeper. He kept in the League Cup match. And it's going to be different for Brentford to adapt with a new goalkeeper. 2 Spanish goalkeepers as well. But one thing they do have going is that Ivan Toney has been in blistering form back in the champ. He seemed like he's been in form for like forever, right? And Mbuemo, who is, a doubt for the game, has been playing well. And they just have a really good unit. Really, really good guys like Norgard, Jensen, Sergi Canos, you know what I'm saying? Rico Henry down the wings as well. Neat little team, man. Neat little team. But for some reason, guys, I think, this away record that they have so far in the Premier League is going to be tarnished. And Burnley, who has been playing okay lately, despite picking up the wins, I think this is going to be the game where they pick up their first win. Seriously. I think Burnley are going to actually win this game. 2-1 to Burnley. I like what Maxwell Cornet has been doing at the club. And if guys like Dwight McNeil and Josh Brownhill just actually support. You know what I mean? Chris Wood need to come to the party. Bonds need to come to the party. Vidra, Rodriguez. These guys need to step their game up, man. You know what I mean? They need to step their game up and support the dynamism of a man like Maxwell Carney, who was brought in from Lyon, and he has looked really good, man. Big up to the boy Maxwell Carney, man. Seriously, what a player. Where is he? He's very versatile. He could play as a forward. He could play as a left back. He could play as a midfielder if you want him. He does represent the Ivory Coast, but he's French-born. I'm pretty sure he's French-born. And he is Man City's tormentor, guys. Tormentor. 4 appearances, 3 goals for Burnley. And I'm pretty sure he has a few assists in there, though, if I'm not mistaken. But big up to the boy Maxwell Carney, man. You see how happy he was? You know what I mean? Look at how happy he is to join Burnley. He was so happy that he pointed to the Umbro badge in one of his pictures. He didn't even know where he was at. He didn't know what was going on. So I'm going to go for 2-1 for Burnley, though, and keep that one right there and move on. So, look, in terms of the next game, 18th place Burnley, I'm predicting to pick up their first win to go with their 4 draws already. They'll go up to 7 points. The next game will be against Chelsea. They better win this one because it'll be difficult to win that one against Chelsea. Then they have Crystal Palace and they have Tottenham Hotspur. So for Brentford, man, haven't been doing well in their last 5 games with 2 L's and a draw. 2 wins in there, which is respectable, but it's kind of, reality is beginning to kick in terms of the Premier League here. Their next game will be against Norwich. That's a nice one to play. And I did mention that, they have a nice 3-game period against Burnley, Norwich, and Newcastle. Games that they could all win, but it won't come without a fight, in my opinion. So that's that. Let me know your thoughts in the chat, and then we're going to move on to the next one. So thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. So what we got here, man? Talk to me. Steve saying Brentford 2, Burnley 1. What else we got here in terms of predictions? We got Victor saying 1-0 to Burnley. It will be a boring game. Big up to the boy Fabio, bro. Fabio, I saw a comment from you from about 3 years ago, bro. You know what I mean? So big up. Nice being, with the channel for such a long time. And if you have been with the channel for about 3+ years, thank you very much, man. The support is definitely appreciated. Robert, 3-1 to Brentford. Angel, Thomas Franks seems like a good manager. Yeah, he is. So, yeah, big up to the girl A-Bob in the house still. Nice seeing you around here, A-Bob. A-Bob, we appreciate you, man. Definitely. So, with that being said, guys, we will be moving right on. You know what I mean? We got to keep the ball rolling. We got 10 games to go through. So, no time to linger. No time to linger. And the next game that we are going to talk about, man, let me get back to the fixtures here, will be Norwich versus Leeds. Norwich versus Leeds, Sunday, October the 31st, last day of the month. All right. Yesterday was actually Independence Day down in St. Vincent, and it just went by very fast. I didn't even go on Facebook and say Happy Independence, everybody. So I'd like to take the time to say Happy Independence Day to St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The beautiful, beautiful island where I'm from. The gem of the Antilles, Hiruna. I wish I was in Vinci right now. I want to be drinking a nice cold Hirun beer, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but I'm here right now in, NYC. It's a little nippy outside. And I'm here with you to talk Premier League football. You see what I mean? But yeah, I'll be somewhere in Miami next week, though. So, yeah, man, let's go. Let's talk Norwich versus Leeds United. Norwich City down in 20th position in the league table right about now, not doing too well at all. Seems like they're already relegated, right? But as I said, they still have 87 points up for grabs. And it's up to them if they want to get it. You see what I'm saying? Leeds United, they do have 87 points up for grabs as well. And they only have picked up 7 out of their first 27 available. And they're in 17th. They got to get their act together. Their last game for Norwich was a 7-0 loss against Chelsea. How do you bounce back from 7 goals to 0? Well, you pick up a win. and put that behind you. That's what you do. For Leeds United, picked up a 1-1 draw. Late draw against Wolves. And in the Carabao Cup, they lost 2-0 to Arsenal. So in terms of the last time these two teams met, you got to go down to the championship, right? Where Norwich won 3-1 and Leeds won the return leg 3-0 back in the 2018-19 season. It's been a mixed bag of, results in terms of these two teams, where the home team, Norwich, has picked up 3 wins in the last 10, 3 draws, and they have lost 4 matches, one of them being a 4th round Carabao Cup game on penalties back in 2016. So not a bad return against Leeds United for Norwich City. Familiar foes down in the championship. In terms of the all-time Premier League results, these teams have met each other 6 times, right? Let me get that right on the screen for you guys right there. 6 Premier League meetings between these two teams. Norwich with 4 wins, Leeds with 1, and 1 game have ended in a draw. You have to go all the way back, guys, to 1995. The early 90s, when they first met 6 times between 1992-93, first season of the Premier League, and 94-95. So that's the thing there. And then they were meeting in the championship from 05 onwards. They even met down in League One. That's how low these teams got, both of them. So this would be a bottom of the table clash where both teams would actually fancy their chances of picking up something from this match. I have a really nice stat to share with you on Norwich City. Really, really nice stat. You'll be like, what? No, Dom, that cannot be true. That definitely cannot be true, Dom. Can't. I don't believe that. But yeah. So Norwich City, man. Norwich City. Their last 9 Premier League games, last 19, pardon me, has been 2 draws and 17 losses. And they have only scored 3 goals and conceded 46 in the process. Just so you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, guys, what Norwich has been going on with in terms of their Premier League record. Dating back from the last time they were in the league, they have been terrible. Ben Gibson would be suspended from this game after picking up a red versus Chelsea. And in terms of Leeds, injuries, Rafinha did suffer a setback in the last game, and he may be a doubt for this match. So that might actually, hamper Leeds' chance of picking up something from this match, because we know Rafinha is a live wire, man. You got to give it to Rafinha. He's a definite live wire and one of my favorite players to look at right now. And I mean, in a we're not going to get there. We're not going to get there. We're not going to go. We're not going there. But there's been some big news on Rafinha, though, that I want to share with you guys. And I think the Liverpool fans would actually absolutely love this rumor. Rafinha's agent, Deco, admits Liverpool have been, sniffing around Rafinha. And it would actually cost some money. Definitely, he's confirmed Liverpool's interest and says that Leeds will want big money for the Brazilian player after this season. And this is not the first time that I'm actually reporting on this. The first season that Rafinha was in the Premier League, when he came over from Ligue 1 from Rennes, I actually spoke about this. The fact that Rafinha would want to move to a team like Liverpool. Or let's say Liverpool would want to go for a player like Rafinha. And this is a player that I would actually enjoy at Manchester City. Just want to, put it out there. Would definitely enjoy a player like that at Man City. So Liverpool, man, get your eyeballs off Rafinha. It ain't happening. But guys, to be honest, man, this is something that I could see happening for real, though. Because if you check the players, you know, style of play and everything and what Liverpool actually are doing right now, Salah, Mane, Jota, they would want another player to actually help out Salah over there if he does need any help at all. And if you bring in a player like Rafinha, oh man, just imagine Rafinha in that Liverpool team. Just want to put that out there. Imagine Rafinha in a top 4 team. Imagine him at City or Liverpool or I don't know, Chelsea. I don't know. They want to sign everybody. I hope he does not go to Manchester United. Just want to put it out there. I just hope. You see what I'm saying? I just hope he doesn't go to Manchester United. Please do not go to Manchester United. You know, I have a call coming in here from Ryan LFC. He's a Liverpool fan. Let me see what he's saying. Yo, what's up? What do you say? All right. All right, so yeah, that was my boy Ryan telling me to check my phone right now. And yeah, maybe Ryan wants to come on to talk to us for a little half hour, maybe. So let's get through this Leeds United Norwich City thing. Let's get through this first. And then I'll link Ryan and see if he'll want to jump on to let me know his thoughts on what's going on at Liverpool, the win against Manchester United and things like that. So there's been news that Leeds actually has their eyes set on Ajax's Nusair Mazraoui as well. That's a transfer link right there for you. And in terms of injuries, they have a lot in terms of Robin Koch, Luke Ayling, Junior Firpo, and Patrick Bamford. All would be doubts for this game. And most of them, not even doubts, but would not be available for the match at all. So in terms of did you know, guys? Did you know? Norwich have won 4 of their 6 Premier League meetings with Leeds United, drawing 1 and losing 1. Since their return to the Premier League last season, Leeds are unbeaten in all 8 of their league matches against sides in the relegation zone, winning 6 and drawing 2. However, they failed to win either such match so far this season, drawing 1 with both Burnley and Newcastle. Norwich's goal difference of -21 is the joint worst record at this stage of a Premier League campaign, level with Sheffield Wednesday in the 99-2000 season. Despite only coming on in the 62nd minute against Wolverhampton Wanderers last time out, Leeds' 19-year-old forward Joe Gelhardt had the most joint shots of any player in the match, 3, and had 11 touches in the opposition box. Look out for Gelhardt. He's been a really bright spark for Leeds United lately, and definitely one for the future. My prediction for this game. My prediction. Norwich, man. Norwich, I really don't know what I don't know what to say about Norwich anymore, man. They've just not been good. They've just not been good. I'm going to keep it simple. Daniel Farke seems like he does not know how to win Premier League matches, and it dates back to the last time they were in the league. He just don't know how to win matches. And I read out the record. The last 19 Premier League games, they have lost 17. You got to find a winning formula. Is the manager not good enough, or the players not good enough? I actually think the manager is a decent manager, but the players are just the players are not good, man. I'm going to just put it out there. Let's take a look at the squad right now. Tim Krul is a decent goalkeeper. You feel me? Good shot stopper. And then you have Max Aarons and these guys who's been linking to bigger clubs. You should have gone, bro. You should have gone. Where has Todd Cantwell been? I think he's been injured for some time. So he's not being involved. And I think that could be one of the reasons why Norwich has been struggling. Todd Cantwell. I think that's the reason. So we go to Sam Byram, Ben Gibson, Hanley. Look at these Kabak. Like, this is the reason is right there. The quality of the players is not good enough. And you went and you brought in players from relegated teams. You have a few promising guys like Christos Zolis and, and co in the team, but it's just not good enough. I feel bad for Timo Pukki. I watched him against Chelsea just chasing shadows, man. Norwich, they're going down. I don't have anything else to say about Norwich. Listen, I think Leeds United are going to pick up another win. They only picked up a win against Watford. That prompted the sacking of Shishko Munoz. I'm going for Leeds United 3, Norwich City 1 here. I expect Rodrigo to step up. Rodrigo, you got to step up. If Gelhardt gets a start in this game, they should actually put him in from the start. He might actually, score a brace. Who knows? And I could just see Leeds edging this one. They need wins, and they need them ASAP. So I'm going for Leeds United to win the match. 3-1 Leeds. Leeds. Don't let me down. Norwich, I beg you, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. So in terms of the next games for 20th place Norwich, right? They will play Brentford. So they have a nice little patch of games where they play Leeds, Brentford, Southampton, Wolves, Newcastle. These are 5 games that they could get points from. But are they going to get points from these games? I don't even know. Seriously, I don't even know. And when I could say that I honestly don't know, it's not a good sign. For Leeds United, their next game will be against Leicester City, then Tottenham, Brighton. Yeah, some games, Crystal Palace, Brentford, they got a nice little patch coming up where they could get some points. So that'll be it for match 3 of today's preview. Going along very, very nicely. Very nicely. And what we're going to be doing right now, I'm going to be hitting up my boy here and see if I could bring him on the show to make things even hotter than they are right about now. So let's do this. Let us do this. I gotta scroll. Okay, yeah, I got you. All right, so yeah, Ryan, if you're watching, bro, the link is there. So what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna refer to the chat, see what you guys are actually saying about Norwich Leeds. Fabio, 2-0 win for Leeds. Big up to VJ for sports. Gilmore is not playing on the Frank. You're talking about Farker, you mean? Farker, right? Yeah, Fark. Yeah, I read that wrong. Errol Brown in the house. How are you doing, Errol Brown? Who else we got in here, man? Mr. Yoshi 1. How are you doing? Sakida, how are you? Bambi Rosie, 3-1 to Leeds. Asian, sensational, 3-1 to Leeds. Ryan wanted to come on to rub the 5-0 Liverpool win in. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah. So big up to the boy, Mike, who says, you know the drill, Dom. 3-2, Norwich, Pookie hat-trick. For the real prediction, Leeds 2. Oh, man, 2-1 to Leeds. Both defenses are terrible, man. Yeah. Big up to the boy Lennon Sweet as well, who said, Dom, Pedro Neto, I want him or Chiesa to replace Sterling. Pedro Neto is out injured for some time, so I don't know if that will happen. So, Gamer, I don't know if City want to take that risk to, the player might come back a different player. Who knows? Phil Jones. Bro, when are you going to play for United, man? 6-0 to Leeds, 2-0 to Leeds, says VJ. And, yeah. So, guys, we have a special guest, Ryan LFC, who's going to come in. I see, seems as if Ryan isn't at home in his usual setting. Ryan, you're mute, bro.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me, Dominic. I really appreciate it to coming on. I'm at the barber, so I'm just waiting on my time. So you're asking me to come on, so I'm not going to call you up this morning. So I have a few things to do, so that's why.
Look, man, I do appreciate you taking the time to actually say, look, even if I'm at the barber, I want to come on and, I think it's a guilty conscience, I think it is. I think it is. You feel a bit guilty, though. But look, Ryan, I won't keep you for long, bro. I won't keep you for long. Let us briefly talk about that 5-0 win over Manchester United and how how you feel and what it actually means to you as a long-time Liverpool fan. Talk to me, bro.
Listen, I know this is coming. I plea in my match preview. I ask club to leg off for the handbrake, to give the player them to express themselves. I know this Manchester United team has been lucky coming from behind a few times this season against some team where I would say average football team. I'm not going to say they're not good, but average football team. The moment they face a Liverpool team with the likes of Diego Jota, Mane, the king of Egypt, the best football player, Salah in the world right now. And this Liverpool is just all running. I told you earlier on in match week, I think match week second or third.
Two.
Match week 2. And I'm going to stick by my prediction. Liverpool Football Club going to be champion of England. And I tell you why. So why they're going to be champion? They get a lot of rest. When you look at this Liverpool team, they're scoring goal for fun. They score the most goal in the English Premier League. They're unstoppable this season. They are the only team unbeaten in world football right now. So this is the Liverpool who win the championship a couple years ago, the Premier League. I'm not talking about the Champions League, the Premier League. So this Liverpool team with the African Cup of Nations in doubt, they will be difficult to play against. But Manchester United, they are always baby man. Who is the best team in Manchester? It's Manchester City. In the last 10 years, Manchester City has dominated. So we have to give respect where it's due. And I think Manchester City and Chelsea, they're going to be a strong favorite to win the league, but just only favorite. Liverpool going to be champion. But Man United, they are very, very, very soft, man. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Jurgen Klopp always putting on the pressure on Manchester United manager them. But wow, at a football game, and Liverpool just only play just 20 minutes in that game, and they win the football game. So it was a very good victory, and I'm super excited. I'm really looking forward to this game against Brighton, Anfield. The fans will buzz in, and I think Liverpool going to smash Brighton. If Manchester City can do it, why not the best team in the world cannot do it? That's Liverpool.
I like your confidence, bro. You know what I mean? And you know what it is? When you leave that barber's chair, you're going to be way more confident. You see what I'm saying? You're going to be if you went in there with your confidence on like a 45, you're going to leave the barber's chair on about 80. And when you go home and you use your Manscaped 4.0, you're going to go up to like 150. You see what I'm saying? So I like your confidence, you know what I mean? You've always been a confident person. Not so confident last season though. You see what I'm saying? So you've seen the turnaround from last season, and I know you were saying that the team was a bit tired from the previous seasons, you know. You did well in the 17-18 season where Salah scored a bunch of goals, 32 goals, and then after that you actually took it up a next level in the 18-19 where you went to the Champions League final, and then the next year you went on to actually win the Champions League, and the next year you went on to win the Premier League. So Liverpool has been really going at it for some time. You see what I mean? So I think the year you went to the Champions League final was a 17-18, and then the next year you won it, and the next year you won the Premier League. So last season was basically like the cool down. You suffered a lot of injuries, and you said that this is the comeback season. And you know what we've seen so far is that Liverpool means business. Ryan, bro, Salah, have you always believed that he could reach like the best in the world in terms of everybody saying that he's the best? Forget Messi, forget Ronaldo, but Salah is the best. I couldn't find myself saying that, because those players were always there. De Bruyne was always there. Lewandowski was always there. You know, Neymar, Mbappe. But it seems as if Salah has surpassed all those guys right now in terms of his performances and just his overall game. What are your thoughts on the Egyptian King Mo Salah right now?
Best football player in the world. When Messi win the Ballon d'Or and beat Mohamed Salah that year, I think Mohamed Salah deserved to win it. Although Mohamed Salah didn't win any trophy, but individually he win a lot of trophy. individually the best player in the English Premier League. And this should be happening for the last 2 years. Look at Mohamed Salah record since him come at Liverpool. Outstanding. It's just the cloud chaser. Some of these fans, they are just cloud chaser. Mohamed Salah has been putting excellent performance and it's been going on under the carpet. But for this season, trust me, Mohamed Salah must win the Ballon d'Or. This guy is just unbelievable.
What do you mean? Next year, right? 2022.
2022. When the next Ballon d'Or? 2022.
The next one is 21, but what Salah is doing right now would actually help him in 2022 more, in my opinion.
Most definitely. I think he deserves to win the Ballon d'Or, and I think he will get better. When you look at him, 10 consecutive or 9 consecutive, he scored
10.
So this guy is just breaking record, and I'm just begging you, FSG, please, I'm begging you, don't make me cry too. I beg you, please, just sign Mohamed Salah, no man. Why would you do this to me? Just sign Mohamed Salah, no man. What this guy need to do, FSG? I'm begging you, please, man. I beg you from the bottom of my heart, man. FSG, man. Sign Mohamed Salah, no man. What more the guy need to do? Him give you Champions League. Him give you Premier League. Him give you best Premier League player. What Mohamed Salah need to do? Top goal scorer, back-to-back in the English Premier League. One of the greatest Liverpool player of all time. FSG, man. I beg you. Just sign the Egyptian king now. We're not going to do the same thing where Genie do. Me a beg on the FSG. Me a plead to you. Give what Mohamed Salah deserve. He deserve it. We don't have to break the wage structure. I just cannot say it anymore. Just give Mohamed Salah. This guy deserve every single thing. Listen, Mohamed Salah, he will continue doing great for Liverpool and he will continue breaking record. And this guy want more. This guy come 2 hours before even Liverpool to train. This guy in the gym, putting in the work. Look at the guy again. In physicality, him don't get injured. Jesus Christ, FSG, the man never get injured. The man has never missed a game for Liverpool. Only if Jurgen Klopp want to rest him. So I'm pleading to you guys. Just sign up Mohamed Salah now, please. Just sign up.
Yeah. I feel you. I feel you.
Man. Jesus Christ, man. The guy deserves everything, bro.
Because do you think the other players would mind if Salah gets put up to 400k a week? Let's say 350 to 400k a week, and do you think the other players would feel a way like, or would they say, yeah, he deserve it, he truly deserve it, and that's really none of their business? You see what I'm saying? Because
it's levels to the thing, bro.
Because look, for example, Ryan, if you and I are doing something, right? If you and I are doing something, and let's say, I get offered a different money for the thing, you get offered a different money. You shouldn't feel any type of way that that's the case, because if you check what I do and you do, it's two different things. You see what I'm saying? It's two different things. I'm just using that as an example, not in real life. It's just an example. And for example, what Salah is doing right now, it's out of the world. It's out of this world. The goals he's scoring. And what we don't realize is that he's been scoring some sick goals for some time. For a very, very long time. And he deserved the credit, man. Look, I'm a person before, bro. Ryan, I'm being for real, bro. I used to be one of them guys that be like, man, stop with the Mo Salah is the best in the world nonsense, bro. You know what I mean? Like Messi is still playing. What are you talking about? But if you see, when Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo made moves right now from Barcelona to PSG and from Juventus to Man United, this is now somebody else's chance to rise above them and take it. And if Salah actually continues performing like this, there is no Messi passing Salah and there is no Ronaldo passing Salah again. You see what I mean? And it would be guys like Salah and Benzema and Robert Lewandowski up there in the talk. Messi would still be around, but they would cool down a bit. No player could continue being at the top from, until they retire like that. They can't. It's impossible. It's impossible. Something is going to stop the flow. But look, man, Ryan, bro, your team is on fire right now. you couldn't beat City, of course, but you try better next time. You know what I mean? Try better next time. It would have been nice to talk to you after that game, but it was such an adrenaline-filled match, and I was just glad that it was over and we didn't lose. But you smashing United 5-0 is a statement win. You come up against Brighton, it's going to be a test as well. I will be talking about this in today's video as well. But look, I don't want to keep you for too long. And I appreciate you coming on to just share your thoughts. You know, we spoke about you coming on. You did say you had to go to the barber. And, yeah, you had to call me from the barber's chair to be like, Dominic, you know, you see, I ain't lying, bro. I'm at the barber, you know what I mean? I'm at the barber. Yeah, I see. You know, so, yeah. So, Ryan, bro, all the best in what you're doing. Thanks for coming through. And tell the people where they could find you, bro.
It's easy. I want to tell you, bro, thank you for the opportunity you give me over the years. It has been great to me, although we have a thing, but we move past that. And, you know, really appreciate it, but you can find me on YouTube, Ryan LFC, and Twitter, Ryan LFC 13, and also on Instagram, LFC Domination. It's so funny that Dominic give me that name and also give me my YouTube name. So, enough respect to my father, enough respect. I really appreciate everything he has done. Big up to Chilla, big up to every one of you guys in the chat. Really appreciate it. But listen, Liverpool fans, believe the Premier League is coming home. Believe the Premier League is coming home. Liverpool is much better team. Listen, Salah, first time him resting 5 years. Mane, first time him resting 5 years. Van Dijk, first time resting 4 years. Joel Matip, first time resting in 3 years. So you name them. Trent, first time resting in how many years? Only God knows. Alisson, all of Liverpool players get a summer break. All of them, 3. Liverpool is the only team preparing in preseason. We're playing 15 minutes a half, 35 minutes a half, 45 minutes a half, no 90 minutes. So, it's just refreshing this Liverpool team. They know the system. They know how they're going to play. It's just to get them back fun and hungry and want that success again. I'm telling you, Liverpool is coming. They're going to be back on top. FSG, stop playing around and give Jurgen Klopp some money to spend. Only I do. Stop playing with the greatest coach of all time in Liverpool history. Give the man money to spend and stop growing the man. Listen. Man United hold a 5 piece of chicken.
Yeah, so Ryan, bro, I appreciate you coming on. You see, look, you see how easy this could be, bro. We gotta do this more often. You know what I mean? You know, you could always hit me if you want me to come on your channel as well.
I have some free time. Next month, may
yeah. So, you know, when we do this, when we work together, the thing more powerful, bro. You see what I mean? Because to be honest, before you go, I'm going to keep it real, bro. I was, yesterday, when I told you I wanted to come out and you were telling me a bunch of nonsense, I was like, this guy, man, you know what I mean? Listen, Ryan, I'm not putting you on to nothing else, bro. Nothing else. I'm not showing you nothing. And then, look, you called me today. So I think you've been like, damn, I got to, Dominic asked me to come on. I got to come on, bro.
Real recognize real, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Really recognize real. You know, I was talking to the barber. I said to the barber, yo, my father, that's what I just say. I'm the road and I say, my father. When the girl am I go come, and I say, yo, go and go do your thing. Go and go spend 30 minutes. You understand? So I say, all right, I'm going to do it. I'm going to call it, brother. So, real recognize real, brother. I just tell him, say, every single time I get my paycheck from YouTube, first thing I say, thank you, Father God. And then the next man, I say, thank you. It's the Dominic Rich. So, Bridget, appreciate it, brother. Enough respect, Bridget.
Yeah, man. So nice coming through again. We talk soon. People, that's Ryan LFC. Head on over to the YouTube, search Ryan LFC in the bar. You find him easily. Talks about Jamaican football and Liverpool football as well. So Ryan, bro, thanks for coming on, and next time. Peace. So yeah, guys, that was Ryan. You know, that was an unexpected collaboration. You know what I mean? Didn't expect him to come on. But we got a lot more to go through. So we're going to actually do that. We got a lot more to talk about. So we're going to get into the next game. And The next game is on Wolves versus Everton. Oh, let's talk. We got a lot more to go through, and it's getting late, man. It's getting late, so let's go. Match number 4. Well, I don't really have a whole lot to go through from this game, but let's get it done. I really enjoyed that chat with Ryan, though. I got to say that. You know what I'm saying? Very, very refreshing. And it's nice to talk to confident people. You know what I mean? I don't know if what he's saying is actually going to happen. But if it does happen, at least he was confident about it. You see what I'm saying? But right now, I'm just going to sit back. I'm going to let Ryan talk and do his thing. And then, just let him have his moment. You feel me? Because Liverpool are having their moment right about now. And I can't come and say, oh, yeah, City this, City that, City this. Because City, Chelsea, and Liverpool have been doing really good in the Premier League so far. And if he's confident that his team could go on to win it, I have said that Liverpool could actually go on to win the Premier League title this season. And, it is a possibility. So let's definitely give that and give that respect. Big up to the boy Duper in the house. Nice to see you around here. Gamer in the house. Dane Richards, man. Nice to see you in here as well, Dane, even though your team, Guys, have you been checking up on Dane Richards? I hope you've been checking up on Dane Richards. Big up to AM9 in the house as well. Brawl Barry in here, man. Nice to see you. Victor Alexander. Who else we have in here? Sebastian. Nice to see you in here. Who else we got in the house? VJ for Sports. Phil Jones. Who else we got in here? If you're watching in the background and I haven't shouted you out yet, thanks for watching. Do appreciate it. So let's do this, man. Let's do this. Let's talk. Wolves 1-1 versus Leeds United. Everton a 5-2 loss versus Watford. None of these teams were in the EFL Cup, so they're both fresh and they're ready to face each other in this game. And you know what I mean? They had all week to prepare. So expect a good game between Wolves and Everton. So what I could actually do now before I get into this, I could take my headphones off because I'm not actually talking with anyone right now. So I could take that off, right? I can. So, I felt so like, but it's good to breathe again finally though. So, yeah. Last time these two teams met, last season, Wolves versus Everton. Everton did the double over Wolves last year, a 1-0 win at home and a 2-1 win on the road. So for Wolverhampton Wanderers, they did pick up 2 wins against Everton since their return to the Premier League, but it has been a so-so record for Nuno since, he brought Wolves back up. But Nuno is not in charge anymore. It's Bruno, large and in charge. And this will be the first time that the Portuguese manager will be meeting Rafa Benitez. And this would also be the first time that Bruno Lage will manage a game against Everton. For Rafa, though, he has 7 matches against Wolves, 3 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. Let me just get the stats right there. Head-to-head, 14 Premier League games between the two teams. 3 wins for Wolves, 6 for Everton, and 5 games have ended in draws. Players to watch: Richarlison back fit and ready. Ruben Neves, one of the most valuable players at Wolverhampton Wanderers, ready to strike. Raul Jimenez, Adama Traore comes to mind. So, look, I have a few things I want to share with you on these two teams and a few tidbits to share with you and some good little things, man. Some good little things. So for Wolves, I have something very interesting that you may not have known for Wolverhampton Wanderers. And I'm just going to share the Twitter page really quick. And yeah, we're going to take a look into this one. So at the request of our players, we held a basic life support training session at Compton this afternoon. You never know when these skills might be needed. Be prepared. So you could see Ruddy and you could see Cody and even Adama Traore testing on a dummy there. And yeah, and this is very good because I myself do not have life support skills. I don't. So if I'm around somebody and they die and I don't know what to do, and maybe I could just learn from those chest compression things right there that I could do that to keep the lungs going. You know what I'm saying? Maybe hit the chest hard and keep the heart, shock the person or something, keep them going. But this is very, very good on Wolves' behalf that they did that with their players, because recently, man, we've seen a few things happen in the stadium and on the field with Christian Eriksen, recently at the Newcastle Tottenham Hotspur game. And there was actually a few more incidents recently at some other grounds where fans actually, took in sick and they needed medical attention. So it's real, man. It is real. It is actually a real thing. And I'm glad that they're doing this. More teams should actually follow suit. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys, in the chat, and we will definitely move on from this one. So yeah, and just to touch on where this actually happened again, there was a medical emergency in a West Bromwich Albion game that delayed the start of the game by 15 minutes as well. A supporter took sick, and similar situation like the Newcastle United situation versus Tottenham Hotspur. And there was another one as well at Bristol City where the second half of the game was delayed to an ongoing medical emergency. Remember, a lot of these stadiums have thousands of people in there, so it's expected that something could happen. And, with the COVID-19 situation going around, you'd never, ever know, man. So, top stuff by Wolves. Awoo! Cute. I like it. So we're going to go back. We're going to go right back. And I have a few more notes to share with you. In terms of injuries, Pedro Neto is still injured. Johnny Outtro is injured. Mosquera, the Colombian young center-back, and Bruno Jordao is still injured. Some good news for the Evertonian fans, though, and that's news on Abdoulaye Doucouré. And look, according to Fabrizio Romano, Doucouré injury update. Everton midfielder will be back earlier than expected. He's preparing his comeback in 4 to 4.5 weeks after the international break. Everton Football Club, finally some good news for Rafa Benitez. In terms of players suffering from injuries right now, Fabian Delph, Andre Gomes is also injured and are a doubt for this game. Dominic Calvert-Lewin suffered a setback to his recovery as well, and he'll be out for this match as well. So if you have any more info on players who will be out, please let me know in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate it. Look, I have something very, very important to share on Everton before we do move on. Do have something to actually share with you. Let me actually find that thing first, and then I'll share it with you really, really, really quick. So, yeah, it's on the former Everton manager Walter Smith passing away. So I actually have to find the article real quick so I could give you guys some more information on that. I have a few more things to share with you. Today's a action-packed live stream, man. Action-packed. Well, I actually can't find that thing right now, but let me actually do a quick Google search of that. And yeah, Walter Smith, former Everton man, Walter Smith passed away. I think he was only like 72 years old, though. 73 years old. So, article from CNN. Smith guided Rangers to 21 trophies during his 2 spells as the club's manager. Walter Smith, who guided Scottish club Rangers to 10 titles. I'm talking about Premier League, obviously, but still, has died at the age of 73. The Scottish Football Association describes Smith as one of the most successful managers in Scottish football history, while Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon called him a true football great. So RIP to Mr. Walter Smith, 73 years old. I think my grandfather was about 73 years old when he passed as well. So it's I don't want to say it's young, but I want to live to see more than 73, man. Seriously. I do want to live to see way more than 73. So hopefully I do. And I go on to live forever. And I hope you guys live for a very, very long time as well. So, did you know, guys, did you know that Everton won home and away against Wolverhampton Wanderers last season and are looking to secure 3 consecutively victories against them for the first time in the Premier League? Hwang Hee-chan has scored 4 goals in 6 Premier League matches this season for Wolves. A goal here could make him the first player to score 5 Premier League goals within 7 matches since Ollie Watkins last November, and the fastest Wolves player to score 5, twice as quick as anyone else. Carl Court and Kevin Doyle both took 14 matches. Demarai Gray has been directly involved in 5 goals, 3 goals and 2 assists in 9 Premier League matches for Everton this season, all starts. It is the first time he has ever started 9 consecutive Premier League matches, and he has also netted in his last appearance against Wolves back in 2019 for Leicester City in a 4-3 loss. Only Crystal Palace, 1, have scored fewer first-half goals this season than Wolves, 2. But we always know Wolves are a second-half team. We know this. Indeed, since returning to the top flight in 2018-19, Wolves has scored fewer goals in the first half than any other team present. Oh, man, listen, I got excited about that because I know it's true. Wolves have scored fewer goals in the first half than any other ever present side, with 49 in 123 matches. Martin Atkinson would be in charge of this game. So in terms of my prediction for this one, guys, predictions. Wolves have been in good form. Wolves have really been in good form, man. They really got the act going. The engine is warmed. It's revved up and it's going, man. It's going. The revolutions per minute, very, very high. They go in full speed. Last 4 games, 3 wins and a draw. They would be mad that they give up that 2 points in the last game against Leeds, but it is what it is. Everton are struggling right now. Everton in their last 5 games have 3 L's, a draw, and a win. After a really good start, Rafa Benitez has to get it together. I know the Liverpool fans might be laughing at this right now, right? Or you don't care. Do you care? Do you care what Everton are doing? Or you don't really care about Everton until the Merseyside derby? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think it is. So, look. Demarai Gray has looked bright. Townsend has looked bright. But, you know, Richarlison, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, the other stars have been really, really struggling with injury. Doucouré, who was playing some good football, picked up an injury as well. So his absence is definitely telling on the field. I think guys like Iwobi has to step up. Anthony Gordon has been playing well, in my opinion. And their defense, they really got to do a lot better. They have been very, very, very leaky so far. Very leaky. And we know Rafa Benitez's teams are not that leaky. They have conceded 14 goals this season. And they have company. Leicester has 15 and Man United has 15 goals conceded as well. You check the top of the table for comparison. Man City with only 4 goals conceded. Liverpool with 6 and Chelsea with 3. So that's just what's going on. If you want to be a top team, you have to concede way less goals. But Richarlison's fitness and the fact that he will be involved in this game will be key to Everton getting something from the match as well. So along with Richarlison, who I think may just play through the middle or play on the wings, Rondon haven't really worked out so far, haven't scored a goal yet. Yeah, these guys got to step their game up big time. As for Wolves, as I said, Raul Jimenez looking good again. Adama Traore always a threat. And, you know, the midfield pairing of Moutinho and Neves is always very, very good. Defense, we know how stellar they could be. And Jose Sa in goal have started life at Wolverhampton Wanderers, you know, very, very well. But Nelson Semedo, bro, you got to step your game up, man. You see what I mean? You got to step up. You can't be giving away penalties late in the game like that. You have to step up. As senior international at the Portuguese level, you played for Barcelona and things like that. You can't keep effing it up like that, Nelson Semedo. Just want to put it out there, man. So, look. The game between Portugal Wolves and Everton I think this one is going to end in a draw. I'm going for a 1-1 draw for this game. It will be a good result for Everton, a good result for both teams, and I think Bruno Lage in charge would actually walk away smiling with that result because, you know what I mean, look, they just have to continue consolidating on what they're building right now. They will go up to 14 points. Everton will move up to 15 if the game does end in a draw, and they'll continue their stellar start to the Premier League season. So in terms of their next games, 11th place Wolves, they would play Crystal Palace. Then they have West Ham, Norwich, and Burnley. A really good stretch of games for them coming up. As for Everton, their next game will be against Tottenham, Man City, Brentford, Liverpool, Arsenal. It's a rough, very rough next 5 games if you ask me, including the one against Wolverhampton Wanderers. What are you guys saying about this game right now? Let me know in the chat. Appreciate everybody in here right now. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. Let's get the stream up to 100 likes. We should have already hit it, man. Big up to the boy Martin Kolev in the house. Dane is saying 2-2. 2-2 draw. What else we got here, man? Guys, share your predictions. Brawlberry, 2-1 to Everton. 2-1 to Everton. Let me see. Class from Wolves, says Dane, for the whole training session there. People once said that Semedo was one of the best fullback in La Liga. I definitely never said that. Walter Smith was so humble and a true gentleman. R.I.P. Thank you very much for those comments, guys. Do appreciate that, man. We appreciate that. So, look. Let's continue here. Let's continue. So we got more games to talk about. We're not even halfway through yet. But we're going well, man. We're going well. We're on course. We are on course. We definitely are on course. You think we're not on course? We're on course, man. Definitely on course. So Aston Villa versus West Ham United will be the next fixture that we're going to be talking about right now. So let's just get that on the screen right there. And we're going to be, talking about that one real quick. Won't spend forever, ever on this. I have a few things to share. Not a whole lot. But let's get into this one. Villa versus West Ham. Aston Villa 3, Arsenal 3, Villa 1 in their last game. And for West Ham, they beat Brentford 2-1 and drew 0-0 in the Carabao Cup with Man City, but won on penalties 5-3. So I like to take the time to congratulate West Ham again as a Man City fan. Look, it's sad that we can't win 5 in a row, but definitely we can't win them all, guys. You see what I mean? We definitely can't win them all. So I just have to take it on the chin, be humble, and move on. So in terms of these teams and what happened last season, West Ham United did the double over Aston Villa. And the previous season, it was 2 draws to remain unbeaten. And the season before that, they were unbeaten as well, picking up a win and a draw. So look, man, West Ham against Aston Villa has been pretty one-sided across the last 10 fixtures, with Villa only picking up 1 win back in 2015. Not a very, very, very good stat here at all. Not good. Not good. West Ham are on absolute fire right now. Fire! And fire, man. They're on fire. And I think we're going to have a very, very good game here. This is going to be a close one, in my opinion. So in terms of the Premier League record here, guys, 44 games between the 2 claret and blue teams. This is the claret and blue derby, by the way. Claret and blue and yellow derby, just want to put that out there. Aston Villa has 13 wins. West Ham has 11, and 20 games have ended in draws. So David Moyes versus Dean Smith. I got to give it to David Moyes, though. Got to give him some credit. He has been doing very, very well as the West Ham manager in his second stint. So Dean Smith, who he's played 3 matches against, he's still unbeaten against Dean Smith with 2 wins and a draw. And Dean Smith's record against West Ham is not good. He has done a stellar job since he was put in charge of Aston Villa back in 2018, brought them back to the Premier League, and he's been doing well. His contract do expire in 2023, though. So he'll be looking to get some wins under his belt, have Villa climbing higher in the table and earn that contract extension, because right now I don't know, bro. I don't know. You know, things are not looking too good at Aston Villa right now. Just want to put it out there. Not performing at their very, 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 very best at all. So, look, man, we have some things where we got to talk about. But let's talk a bit about West Ham United's Europa League form. I have to give it to West Ham, though. In terms of the Europa League, West Ham has played 3 matches and they have won all 3. 3-0 against Genk, 2-0 against Rapid Vienna, and 2-0 against Dinamo Zagreb. That's 7 goals scored without conceding a single one. This is absolutely amazing. They're almost guaranteed to move on to the next round of the Europa League, and they could do well, but they would be wary of the teams coming down from the Champions League, where there will be stiffer competition in the next round. Remember, the Europa League has been reduced to 32 teams, so I really don't know how the Europa League works this season, if I'm being completely honest. That just actually dawned on me, that I have to take another look at how the Europa League actually works in terms of who goes on and what it is. I'm going to do that another time. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Because look, when it was 48 teams, there was a different procedure where the teams would come down, and it'll be another round before the round of 16 and things like that. Because 48 teams, it would go down to it would have gone down to 24, and then 8 teams would, I think that would be, let me see. 8 teams would come down from the Champions League. There would be 32. There would be a round of 32. I really don't know how it works this season. I got to look into that. So if anybody knows, let me know in the chat. I don't know everything, man. You see what I mean? Especially about the Europa League. But West Ham has been doing very, very well in that competition so far, though. So there's also been news that Matty Cash featured on Polish television. He received his passport, and he talked about potentially, teaming up with Robert Lewandowski. And he could be in the Polish team as soon as the next international break to help Poland potentially qualify for the World Cup. And Poland and England are in the same group. Amazing stuff, right? Amazing stuff. So let's see if Matty Cash does get a call up. And let's see if he could actually help Poland qualify for the World Cup. Well, England, I think, may actually go on to qualify directly from their group. Group I, they do have 20 points, but Poland do have 17 points. So it is very close. It is very, very close. And look, England and Poland, I think they played their games already. So Matt Cash won't be playing against England anytime soon. But he could definitely help Poland where they play against Andorra. And Poland also play against Hungary. Those are actually 2 games that Poland could win. England play Albania. And if England lose against Albania, then they could be in a lot of trouble. And that's a possibility. It could happen. And then they have San Marino that they'll win. But I think Poland will go into the playoffs. Cash should definitely be of some help there. In terms of injuries, Cavallo was a doubt, but he did feature against Man City, so he could start this game here against Aston Villa. Alex Krul, his fellow Czech, is also a doubt. And Ryan Fredericks, who's still recovering, featured in the Europa League game recently, but is still suffering from injury as well. So he's a doubt for this game. Look, in terms of Aston Villa, look, don't really have too much on injury situation. I know Trezeguet has been out dealing with some injury. Leon Bailey has been dealing, but these guys could be fit again. I'm not 100% sure about Trezeguet, but I know that Bailey is fit again. There's also been news that West Ham are going to increase the capacity of the London Stadium to 62,500. And look, you see the game against Man City, man, jam-packed, man. West Ham does not have a problem filling their stadium. I see Tifo Football on YouTube put out a video on City struggling to fill theirs. So that's another topic, though. That's another topic. So did you actually know, guys? Did you know Did you know that West Ham United are unbeaten in their last 7 Premier League away matches, winning 5 and drawing 2, the longest such run in the Premier League? Aston Villa youngster Jacob Ramsey netted his first Premier League goal last time out against Arsenal. The last player as young as Ramsey will be on the day of this match. 20 years to score consecutive Premier League matches for Villa was Gabriel Agbonlahor back in January of 2007. 20 years and 99 days. Yeah, I do remember him. West Ham have taken 17 points from their 9 Premier League matches this season, 5 wins, 2 draws, and 2 losses. Their best start to a season since 2015-16 under Slaven Bilic. Also, 17 points. Big up to the boy Dimitri Payet. He comes to mind. He was on fire that season. Villa have lost each of their last 3 Premier League matches. Last having a longer such run in the competition in February and March of 2020, 4 losses. Chris Cavallo will be in charge of that game. And in terms of my prediction, guys, look, man, Villa have been struggling. We know that. Playing 3 at the back seems like, hasn't really been working a lot for Dean Smith. And maybe he need to revert to that old system of just playing 2 with Cash and Target as the fullbacks. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, maybe against the better teams, you could actually do that. But when you play a West Ham United who's just going to keep coming at you, you also have to keep going at them because they would give you an opportunity to score. But look, West Ham, very, very, very dangerous team. You see what they're doing in the Europa League. You saw what they did in the League Cup, knocking out both Man City and Man United. And one of their best ever starts in their Premier League history. So with Mikel Antonio banging them in for fun, with a backup brigade of Benrahma, Bowen, you have Shusek, Declan Rice, Pablo Fornals. This team is good, right? This team is good, right, guys? This team is good. And I can't... Listen, this West Ham team is one of their best squads they have ever put together in a while. Fabianski, who's rumored to be, to get a 1-year extension on his contract. Alphonso Areola as backup. He did well against City. And, bringing in Kurt Zuma and having able to rotate their defenders. Look at their defense, right? Zuma, Craig Dawson, Agbana, Diop. They could rotate for the Europa League, for the Cups, and keep everybody fresh. Kufal has been good. Aaron Cresswell, very, very underrated. I did run into a stat that Aaron Cresswell has been one of the most productive fullbacks in the league for some time. For some time. But I'm not going to get too deep into that one, though. But quality team there. Quality team West Ham, man. Additions of Vlasic, who's yet to really find his feet in the league. Mark Noble, who I don't really, rate highly, but he did well against City last night. So big up to, I apologize to you, Mark Noble. I apologize to you, man. Sorry there. You proved me wrong. But Antonio is the man to watch. Antonio is the man to watch. Could Villa use all their attacking prowess? Ollie Watkins and Danny Ings have not really worked as a 2-prong centre-forward partnership. Maybe they need to switch it up, go to 3 at the top, play Leon Bailey, Maybe play Watkins out on the right and play Danny Ings to the center. Maybe that's something that they need to try. Maybe bring on Bertrand Traore, let him work his magic. Something needs to change. You see what I mean? Something has to change. Something has to change here for Aston Villa. Something got to change. Buendia need to step his game up. They brought him in for big money. Guys like Morgan Sanson was brought in for big money as well. He's not really been involved a lot. Don't know if that signing was such a good one. But McGinn has been a very, very good player so far. But their defense, though. Tyrone Mings, bro. Y'all got to tighten up back there. Maybe they need to involve Ashley Young a bit more. Let that Scudetto rub off some more on the team. Maybe that's what they need to do. But look, 2 quality goalkeepers in Fabianski and Emi Martinez. I could see a very action-packed game. And I'm going to go for West Ham to win 3-2, Villa to lose 4 in a row. And West Ham to continue their charge towards the top of the table and challenge for those Champions League places. So that's my prediction. Let me know yours in the chat. in terms of Aston Villa, their next game will be against Southampton. Then they play Brighton, Crystal Palace. They have some easy games coming up. Easier games. No game is easy. Let me just say that. No game is easy. Unless you're playing against Norwich, maybe. Haha. Here you go with the Norwich jokes again, Dom. Stop it. West Ham will play Genk in the Europa League next week, November 4th. And then they have Liverpool. That'll be a good game. London Stadium, though. But the thing about West Ham, what I noticed about them when they play Liverpool, right? They seem to show too much respect. And they get picked apart. They really get picked apart. Liverpool had a nice time in London last time around. So that'll be it. That'll be it for that one. Thank you guys for dropping your predictions. So big up, big up. So yeah, Matt Cash, new name is Matty Kashkowski. I like that. I like that, Mike. I really, really like that, man. We have draw all over it, says Steve. 3-2 to West Ham. Oh man, Mike, same prediction. Ilyas Abdi, a 1-1 draw. Dane Richards, Leon, and Antonio link up. Yeah, the two Jamaican internationals in the same game. Legon Sweet, bro, I don't know where you've been, but I talked about this last night in the live stream, bro. I don't know if you've been watching the channel, but yeah, bro, a little late on that. So, yeah. Yeah, man. So, big up to Junior, man. J.R. Stinger, man. How are you doing? Alejandro Loeza, thank you very much. Nice to see you in here, though. Appreciate you. You know, big international fan. Ecuador, right? Nice to see you around here as well. So, guys, we are 5 games through. We got 5 more to go. It's an hour 46 minutes. I expect to be here longer than usual, though. I expect to be here much, much longer. Guys, I have something that I actually want to share with you. I want to share something with you right now. And just give me a quick second. Let me find this thing right now. And I'll we're gonna get into that though. We're gonna get into that. And it's very, very important. Very, very, very important, man. You know, and I have to actually talk about this. So let me actually bring this up right now. Let's go, 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 let's go. All right. So we're going to be looking at something very, very important right now, guys. And between, you know, halfway through, let's go. Let me share this. And some of you guys may already know what this is about. But this is about Adelaide's United Josh Cavallo has openly come out as a gay professional footballer. All right? So, yeah. Australian soccer player Josh Cavallo becomes the first openly gay professional soccer player in the world. And we have been talking about this recently. And, you know, a lot of teams have been, you know, supporting the whole LGBTQ movement and, you know, using the rainbow flags and the rainbow armbands and things like that. And, yeah, man, it's a reality. It's a reality, and it's going to be a reality going forward. So let's hear what Josh has to say here. Let's really hear what he has to say in this Instagram video. And then we're going to move right on. So, yeah, stick around with me, guys. Come on. Let's not be homophobic here. Let's go. Let's go. Let's play this and see what he has to say.
I don't know. I don't know what he has to say. Whew. Hi everyone, it's Josh Cavallo here. I'm at my home here in Adelaide. There's something personal that I need to share with everyone. I'm a footballer and I'm gay. Growing up, I always felt the need to hide myself, you know, because I was ashamed. And ashamed I'll never be able to do what I love and be gay. You know, hiding who I truly am to pursue a dream I always wished for as a kid. All I want to do is play football and be treated equally. I'm tired trying to perform at the best of your ability and to live this double life. It's exhausting. It's something that I don't want anyone to experience. I thought that people would think of me differently when they found out. They would start treating me differently. They would start saying bad things about me or making fun out of me. That's not the case. If anything, you will earn more respect from people. Coming out to my loved ones, my peers, my friends, my teammates, my coaches has been incredible. The response and support I have received is immense. It's starting to make me think that why have I been hiding this burden for so long? I want to inspire and show people that it's okay to be yourself and play football. It's okay to be gay and to play football. You know, I want to show all the other people that are struggling and that are scared, you know, whoever it may be, that don't act like someone you're not. Be yourself. You were meant to be yourself, not someone else. Through my coming out, I'm excited to open up, to show everyone the Josh Cavallo, to show the true Josh Cavallo. I'm Josh Cavallo, I'm a footballer, and I'm proud to be gay.
There you have it. There you have it, guys. Josh Cavallo has came out as the first openly gay footballer. Legged Sweet is saying, this is so cringe. Look, I don't think it's cringe. To be honest, man, you know what I mean? I don't think it's cringe. You feel me? Because I love women. I'm heterosexual, of course, and I have no problem with gay people. And I've actually grown to and matured to that level where I do my thing, they do their thing. You see what I mean? I treat them like a person. As long as the whole, you know, you don't approach me with that kind of stuff and we respect each other and we have boundaries, that's all. It's all good. You see what I'm saying? And it's good to see that he comes out and he says that, okay, it's been a burden, it's been affecting him, and he got that burden off his chest now, and he could now go out there and play. Let's see. I think people would treat him the same. I think people would actually treat him a lot better. Who knows? You know what I mean? And he might actually be a better footballer. And more players may actually follow. This is something that we might see a lot more of going forward. I know it's frowned upon, it's taboo, but when you really think about it, guys, I don't want to get too deep into this topic right now, but we just got to respect people. You see what I mean? Some people has preferences. Some people like chocolate ice cream. Some people like vanilla ice cream. It's just, you know, it's not a, you know, it's just people have their preferences, and who am I to tell you what to do if that's not what you want to do? You see what I'm saying? And who am I to say that if that's the way you want to go, that you can't play football as well? So it is what it is, and you know, all the best to Josh Cavallo, and let's see who will be the next openly gay professional footballer. You know what I mean? I called some names the last time around we talk about this topic, but I'm not going to get into that again. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to get sued. It's for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, just wanted to share that with you guys, though. Just wanted to share that with you guys. So we are going to move on. We are definitely going to move on from that. For some people, it's a sensitive topic, but I urge you guys to just grow up and, you know, just have some respect, man. The people going to do whatever they want to do regardless, man. You can't force people. You really can't. So thanks again for everybody in here right now. We have a lot more games to talk about, and we are going to get into the bigger games right now. Let me get the music going again. Let me get it going. We are going to get into some bigger games right about now. Listen. This is happy hour. This is happy hour time. Let's go. Bigger games. We're going to talk about the big guns. And when I say big guns, Chelsea, Leicester, Arsenal, Man City. We got Liverpool, Tottenham, Manchester United. Yeah, the show's just getting sweet. So I don't plan to be here for 4 hours though, but I do actually have some time, since I do this very early, I do have time to get the information in and for us to just talk. And I appreciate everybody in here right about now, man. So, yeah. Oh, man, I see you guys in your comments. I won't be getting into the comments, though. But we have Leg saying he's homophobic. Okay. We have Chris up saying Jack Grealish, and he's joking. Errol Brown say he now watch no Batman play. Okay. You know what I mean? To each his own. I have an issue with some of them because they force on you when you're straight. Well, you know what I mean? They don't know that you're straight. That's the thing. So you just have to say, hey, man, I don't go that way. Sorry. And they move on. Okay? So Alejandro is saying, good job, Dan, for sharing all the news. Man, you needs to follow Boss's footsteps. Yeah, Boss Sakuman. That's been in the news lately over the last 24 hours. So, yeah, man, let's do this, guys. Make sure you smash the thumbs up button for the live stream. We need 25 more thumbs up to reach 100 likes. Do appreciate that, man. Do appreciate that. So, Dom, what do you think about Xavi at Barcelona? Check out a clip on my channel. I actually put out a clip specifically on Barcelona last night before I went to sleep. So, check that one out, man. And, guys, don't forget, man, we're on the road to 48K. We're doing well. We just hit 47K and we're already at 400 plus. So 500 plus more subs needed and we'll hit 48K and we'll just keep reaching those milestones bit by bit. And, it's fun, man. It's fun. That's the beauty about YouTube, man. Just watching the thing grow. Watching the thing grow is a real joy, you know what I mean? It's a good sign. Very, very good sign as well. So Mr. Yadav is asking, where do you think Ten Hag will go next? I hope he goes to City. I hope after Pep leaves, Ten Hag is the new manager. That's what I hope. Just hope he never goes to Manchester United. That would be the biggest mistake of his life. Just want to put it out there. Big up to Mike, who says, Dom, hitting 50K soon. All right. Appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate that, bro. You should hit 1,000 pretty soon too, you know what I mean? You know you're new to this, so this is my 6th season. I think this is like your 2nd season. Bro, I'm in the 6th season, bro, you know what I mean? Long way to go still, long way to go. So let's get back into this. Let's get back into this right about now. And we have more games to talk about. The next game that we're going to be talking about right now. Let's go. We have to touch on Newcastle versus Chelsea. So what I'll be doing, guys, I'll be running through these ones a little bit faster. But, it's the bigger games. But I don't have a lot of info on the teams in terms of the tidbits like I shared previously. But I do have some things as well, right? And I don't want to piss off the Chelsea fans too much, though, because Chelsea fans are very, very sensitive. Just want to put it out there. So, look, in the last game, Crystal Palace and Newcastle played to a 1-1 draw. And we had Chelsea beating Norwich 7-0 and drawing to Southampton 1-1 in the EFL Cup, but winning 4-3 on penalties. So, congrats to Chelsea. They are on fire. Top of the league table so far. So, look, man, Newcastle United, Chelsea. What happened last season? Chelsea did the double, 2-0 win in both games. Newcastle did pick up a win in the previous season, a 1-0 win at home. And they do have a 3-0 win against Chelsea back in 2018. So they do have 2 wins in their last 10 in all competitions. So as you guys could see there on the screen, 52 Premier League all-time matches between these two sides. 13 wins for Newcastle, 27 for Chelsea, and 12 draws. Thomas Tuchel comes up against interim manager Graham Jones. They will be meeting for the first time, actually. And Graham Jones is unbeaten in his tenure. 1 game, 1 point, 1 draw. You know what I mean? So Tuchel's only game against Newcastle ended in a win. As Tuchel is new to the Premier League, he came in, took over from Frank Lampard, and won them a Champions League and secured top 4 football as well. So good stuff. TT, the boy TT, on fire. So for Newcastle, the managerial situation is still up in the air. Paulo Fonseca has been rumored to be first in line to get the job. Gattuso has also volunteered his expertise. And I've been hearing stories about Erik ten Hag as well going around. Look, Newcastle United are rumored to want to trigger the release clause of Luis Diaz of Porto. And that release clause is £67.5 million. Guys, I don't think that is happening. Let me just put it out there. The Colombian international has been one of the hottest prospects in the Portuguese league, but I don't think that is actually happening. It not happen. If you want to speak in Caribbean terms, it not happen. Not happening at all. Not happening. Not happening. But you never know. You never know. But Newcastle is set to have about 50 million to spend in January. Would they splash the cash on Luis Diaz? Maybe throw a player in for loan? Maybe. But I don't see that happening though. But quality Colombian forward there. Any team who gets him in the future, that'll be a very good signing. You think about players like Pedro Neto. You think about Rafinha of Leeds. You think about Luis Diaz. Think about guys like Samuel Chukwueze, Yeremy Pino. These are some up-and-coming wingers who could actually, your team could actually sign to help strengthen the side going forward. So, yeah. There's also been some news on Newcastle United regarding to the attire, right? Newcastle released a new statement regarding fan clothing. Those who wish to support the club by wearing appropriate culturally inspired clothing should feel free to do so as they see fit. People dressing up like sheiks and things like, you know what I mean? That's the thing that's going on right now. Let people have their fun, right? Let people have their fun. Let them have their fun. Dress up how you feel fit to do so. So, look. In terms of injuries, though, I didn't really get much on Newcastle in terms of their injury situation. I know Shelvey was injured for some time and he's now fit again. And I really didn't have much on their injury. Callum Wilson is now fit again after he was out on the sidelines for some time. And let's just say they don't have any major injury concerns right about now. What I could do, I could double check that because I did some work and didn't find anything. I'm pretty sure I didn't find anything on that. But yeah, you would think that Joe Willock is injured, right? Hasn't really been performing. For Chelsea, Aspilicueta, Christensen, Loftus-Cheek are all doubts, with Christian Pulisic still out on the sidelines for the foreseeable future. You know what I mean? Feature, right? Hopefully he can feature very soon. Hopefully. The boy is always injured, man. Always. Did you guys know, though? Did you know that Chelsea are looking to win 4 consecutive Premier League matches under Thomas Tuchel for the second time? They previously did so in February, with the 4th match in that run coming against Newcastle United. Newcastle striker Callum Wilson has scored 6 goals in his last 6 Premier League matches, as many as he had in his previous 21 in the competition. He's looking to score in 4 consecutive Premier League appearances in the competition. 4 consecutive appearances in the competition for the second time, previously doing so in September 2019 with AFC Bournemouth. Chelsea have already had 14 different goal scorers in the Premier League this season, the earliest in a campaign any team have ever had as many players score for them in the competition, excluding own goals. So big up to Chelsea on that front. Lukaku, not fit. Timo Werner, not fit. No problem. You see what I mean? Let's see if those guys would actually feature in the match against Newcastle United. But it doesn't matter, right? It really doesn't matter if they feature or not, right? Newcastle have lost 5 of their last 6 Premier League meetings with Chelsea, winning the other 1-0 in January of 2020. Paul Tierney will be in charge of this game. So, look, man, this is going to be another tough one, not another tough test for Newcastle United. Look, I have not been impressed. Even though Chelsea, I'm going to put this straight, even though Chelsea are on top of the table right now, guys, I haven't been impressed with their performances. It's been very, very scrappy wins. Very, very, very scrappy wins, right? And just to highlight that, right? The 7-0 against Norwich is different. Let's not talk about that one. That's Norwich. But the 1-0 win against Brentford, they scraped. The win against Southampton, the red card actually pushed them over the line. They lost to Juventus and they lost to Manchester City, right? They drew to Villa in the EFL Cup. So it was some kind of performances where over those, let's say, a stretch of 5 games where they really struggled. But against Malmo, walk in the park. Against Norwich, walk in the park. Against Southampton, that's a cup game. They rotated, so you really can't judge them too much on that. Against Newcastle, I think Chelsea would fancy their chances of picking up 3 points here. But Newcastle have been struggling. One of the teams in the league that are yet to pick up a win. Chelsea on top. So it's like 1st versus 19th here. And you see the record over the last 10 games, Chelsea have been dominating Newcastle here. And look, 14 different goal scorers. You never know where the goals are going to come from. Could be from the defense. Chalobah could put them in. Rudiger, who's been suffering with some injury as well, he could put them in. Thiago Silva has been scoring. Alonso, Chilwell, Reece James could put one in for you. Aspilicueta, Kovacic has been picking up quite a few assists. Jorginho from the penalty spot. Mount, Havertz. These guys have been scoring goals. All of these guys have been scoring goals. Are Chelsea going to actually, let's say, give opportunities to maybe players like Barkley, Loftus-Cheek in this game, seeing that Newcastle are struggling, or they're not going to take them lightly and they're going to put out their best 11 possible? I think Thomas Tuchel should do that. I really think he should do that, because Newcastle, under Graham Jones, he's in a honeymoon period. They're still looking for a new manager. A lot of times when this happens, right? Remember when Freddie Ljungberg was in charge of Arsenal, he had a really good run. And remember when Duncan Ferguson was in charge of Everton briefly, he had a good run. And this usually happens when managers are there on an interim basis. They have a nice little run, right? Could this actually happen and Chelsea drop some points in this game? This I think is not going to be a pushover here. Newcastle recently taken over, and I've been saying I hope people keep the same energy towards Newcastle as they have against Man City, or maybe they won't, because Man City have been winning. I don't know if Newcastle are going to start winning Premier League titles and FA Cups and League Cups and things like that. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but listen, man, listen. I think this is going to end in a 2-1 win for Chelsea. 2-1 away win for Chelsea. It won't be the smoothest of wins. Newcastle would fight. They'll get a goal. But we could see a situation where Edward Mendy, who has been brilliant for Chelsea this season and last season since he came over from what was that, Rennes, to replace to replace guys like Cavallo and so, but to mostly give competition to a flailing Kepa Arrizabalaga. So Kepa would be hoping that the AFCON do happen, because there's been news that the AFCON could, there's been problems. But he'd be hoping to get the number 1 spot soon. But look, 2-1 win for Chelsea. They're going to stay on top of the table with that win. But look, as a City fan, I hope they lose. I hope they pick up a point. But I don't think Newcastle got it in them to beat Chelsea or even get a point from them here, man. I'm just going to keep it real. Alan Saint-Maximin is going to do his thing. Almiron might dazzle. Callum Wilson as well. But it won't be enough. It won't be enough to keep out Chelsea's attack. Definitely won't be. The boy Hakim Ziyech needs to step his game up as well. Just want to put that one out there. So 2-1 to Chelsea. Let me know your predictions in the chat. We'll definitely appreciate that. For Newcastle, their next game will be against Brighton. Then they have Brentford, Arsenal, Norwich. So some winnable games coming up. As for Chelsea, they do have Champions League football against Malmo next week on the road. And then they have Burnley, Leicester City, and then Juventus again in the Champions League before they meet the not so mighty Red Devils of Manchester United. So guys, let me know your prediction in the chat, and then we're gonna move on to the next game. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. Big up to everybody in the stream right about now. You guys are the real deal. Thanks for showing up for yet another one. And we need 13 more thumbs up to get to 100, man. Big up to the one person that disliked the video. You know what I mean? I hope you stay lonely for the rest of your life. So, guys, don't forget the stream is brought to you by the wonderful folks over at manscaped.com. Imagine shaving with a sleek, well-designed and optimized trimmer that makes shaving time your favorite time in the bathroom. I'm one of the first persons to try the new 4.0, and I'm blown away by the performance, the craftsmanship, and the details on the 4.0 are next level. I mean, next level shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Once you use the Lawnmower 4.0 properly, as instructed, it definitely helps to reduce nicks and cuts in the bathroom. There were previous times when I used my head shaver to shave my jewels, and I cut myself. You know, I had to tell the wife, man, just have 911 on standby, okay? Because I don't know, I might bleed out over here. But with Manscaped, it helps to reduce grooming accidents, okay? So guys, if you're interested in getting one of these products, head on over to the site. It makes for a great gift for family, friend, or even, who knows, man, a loved one. Use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off over at manscaped.com. That's 20% off using Dominic Rich at manscaped.com. Shipping is always free worldwide. Your balls would absolutely thank you. What are you guys saying in the chat right about now? Mike saying 2-0 to Chelsea. Special K in the house is saying I will go with 2-1 for Chelsea. Dom, have you heard if the AFCON is going to be called off? Well, I don't think it's going to be called off, man. There's been things about the AFCON, but I don't think it's going to be called off. I hope it's not called off. I want to see how leagues deal with the AFCON. You feel me? Napoli would struggle. Maybe Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Leicester. Who knows? But Mahrez would leave. We'll be okay without Mahrez, I think. Steve is saying 3-1 to Chelsea. 1-1 draw with Newcastle. Score first. Chelsea to equalize from a late corner. I would actually love that, though. Chelsea are, you know what I mean, they're enemies right now. West Ham, 20% takeover by Czech owner. Same guy who owns Slavia Praha. Wow. Wow. That's interesting. Seeing that so many Slavia Praha players are, you know, in West Ham. So you have Kufal, you have Shusek, and I think Kral did come through. I don't know. I don't know if he came to Slavia Praha. But yeah, big up to everybody. Big up to Emmanuel Opoku. You know, Newcastle 2, Chelsea 2 says Lennon Sweet. 1-1 says Emmanuel. What else we got here, man? Big up to Steven Richardson as well. Big up to everybody in here right now. Big up to Mr. Ahmed here. How are you? I've never been to Africa, though. Never been to Africa. I would love to go to Africa one day. You know what I mean? Who knows? You know what I want to do? I want to do one of those DNA tests. But I think if I do the DNA test, like the FBI would just want me to, you know, they take from that data. And who knows, man? Who knows? My DNA might be used against me, and I'm innocent. So I don't even know. I don't know. But I would like to see, like, if I don't know if I'm actually of African descent. I don't know. Or if I'm from, like, you know, native Indian, you know what I'm saying? Native Amerindian, American Indian, because I don't know, seriously. Because, you know, in St. Vincent, they do have some black Caribs, you know what I mean? Garifuna people. I don't know if I'm descendant of them. I don't know, man. But it would be nice to do one of those. It would be definitely nice to do one of those DNA tests to see. Who knows, man? I'm probably Irish. Anyways, man, we're going to move on to the next game. We have a lot of games to talk about. I didn't really spend crazy long on that one, and that's good. We're going to move on to Leicester City versus the Gunners, Arsenal. Let's go. I have some tidbits to share with you as well, and we're gonna have some fun with this one. So, very informative show we got going on here, and I do this every Premier League match week. Next week, we might actually have to do this, as I mentioned earlier, the Wednesday night of the Champions League night after my Champions League watch along. Like, I'll take a break because I'll be on vacation, and yeah, I have work that day too. I have to go to work, come home, do the Champions League watch along, take another break, relax a bit, and then come and do the Premier League prediction show for the weekend where Man City do play Manchester United. I don't know what the turnout would be like on that day, but it doesn't matter because I just want to get it done. You see what I'm saying? Remember I told you guys, it's not about the vanity metrics, man. I love when my videos get a lot of views. I'm not going to lie. I like that, but it's not all about that, man. It's all about the work and just getting it done. So, yeah, if you focus on that more than anything else, I think it will ensure your longevity. So, Leicester versus Arsenal here. Brentford 1, Leicester 2 in their last game. Leicester 2, Brighton 2. Leicester win 4-1 pens in the EFL Cup. Arsenal, who's been on fire lately. Arsenal 3, Aston Villa 1 in the Premier League. And Arsenal 2, Leeds United 0 in the EFL Cup. What happened between these teams last season? Arsenal beat Leicester 3-1. Leicester beat Arsenal 1-0. It's been back and forth between them, where for Leicester City, they have 4 wins, and Arsenal has 5 wins, and 1 game have ended in a draw. There's been an EFL Cup third round match in there where Arsenal won it 2-0. So very, very even here. Very even. In terms of their Premier League matchups, right? 30 matches between them. You could see it right on screen there. 30 games. And there's 5 wins for Leicester, 17 wins for Arsenal, and 8 draws between the two sides. Leicester's home record reads 4 wins, Arsenal with 5 wins at the King Power, 6 draws. Mikel Arteta and Brendan Rodgers meet each other for the 5th time, with Mikel having a better record with 2 wins, a draw, and 1 loss. Mikel Arteta with the same record against Leicester. As for Brendan Rodgers against Arsenal, not a great record. 5 wins, 4 draws, and 7 losses in 16 matches here. And you're going to see a matchup of 2 teams who are, I think, are very, very, very similar, because Leicester lately have caught up. They have definitely caught up to the likes of Arsenal and Tottenham in terms of their performances in the league and things like that. So you got to definitely got to give it to Leicester City, who has been one of the most progressive clubs in English football lately, winning that Premier League title, 2015-16 title under Claudio Ranieri, against every single odd possible. So Jamie Vardy is the top goal scorer of this fixture. He absolutely loves to play against Arsenal, right? I could remember when Leicester won that game 1-0 last season, where Leicester just played around with Arsenal. They sat back, and then just unleashed Vardy late in the game to score. I think that was on a counter, and they picked up that cheeky 1-0 win. So Thierry Henry has 6 goals in the fixture as well, and Aubameyang with 4. So we got some good information for this game. Just to know, 3 years ago, recently, the anniversary was 3 years ago, the Leicester lost their owner in the helicopter crash. Okay, so just want to talk about that briefly. RIP to everyone involved in that situation. And I don't know why, but I didn't talk about it on the channel. I did talk about it maybe in like a game or so, like sometime, but I didn't make a standalone. I can't remember making a standalone video about this whole situation though, but I was making YouTube videos when it did happen. So 3 years ago today, we lost Kun Vishai Srivad Hana Prabha, very difficult name to say, Kavipon Kunpari, Nusara Suknamai, Eric Swaffer, and Isabella Lechovitz. They are in the thoughts of everyone at Leicester City Football Club today and every day, always in our hearts. And I have to say that Leicester City, they have probably, most likely, the best ownership in the league. And I mean the best. Listen, the best of the best ownership. And I mean the best of the best, right? The Thai ownership is absolutely great, I'm telling you. Because when they won the FA Cup, you could just see it, man. You could just see it. You could just see how much they involve, and they're in it for the right reasons, I hope. It's all a business investment, but still, they take it very closely. It's like, you know what I mean? They treat it like a mom and pop situation where it's close to the heart, but it's bigger. It's bigger than that. So Leicester City, you know, RIP to the former owners there. The Vishay, I should say. The ownership is still in the family. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, sad stuff, right? Sad stuff. Brings a tear to the eye, right? Brings a tear to the eye, man. You know, and now that I'm, you know, I have to tell you guys, you know, these things that I share with you are real stuff, man. When I was just sharing the stuff with you about Josh Cavallo, guys, I was actually having goosebumps watching that video, you know. Dead ass. I was having goosebumps because I was like, God, man, that is a touching stuff, man. Touching. See what I'm saying? Get your minds out of the gutter, guys. Get it out of the gutter. So we do have you know, something else to share here on Leicester City's Patson Daka. Brendan Aronson. Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Aronson would be a good addition to any team, though. Big up to Brendan Aronson, who, you know, used to, you know, plays at Patson Daka's previous club. But Patson Daka, you know, Brendan Rodgers was asked on Patson Daka, when he had to quarantine and was going to be stuck indoors for 10 days, the club asked him what he wanted, whether he wanted tellies, PlayStations, or whatever else. And he didn't want anything, just some books. He wanted to read, find out more about Leicester. So big up to the boy Patson Daka, who settled in very, very well at Leicester City and banged in 4 goals in that Europa League game. So, you know, big up to the Zambian. Injuries for Leicester, you know, Fofana, he broke his leg, so he remains out. And Jamie Vardy is also a doubt for this game as well. He came off precautionary in their last game. So let's see if Jamie Vardy features against Arsenal. For Arsenal, Ben White and Pablo Mari had a bug, so they missed the last game. Who knows? Maybe they could feature, but they are doubt. Tierney and Odegaard is also a doubt for this game. And Granit Xhaka is out with a long-term injury. So, did you know? Did you actually know, guys? Did you know the Leicester striker Jamie Vardy has scored more Premier League goals against Arsenal than he has versus any other side in the competition with 11? In fact, only Wayne Rooney with 12 has netted more against the Gunners in the competition than Vardy. After a 22-match winless run against Arsenal in the Premier League between 1995 and 2018, Leicester have won 4 of their last 7 against the Gunners in the competition, drawing 1 and losing 2. Arsenal's Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has been involved in 5 goals in his last 6 Premier League appearances, 4 goals, 1 assist. However, all of these have been in home matches, with his last goal away from the Emirates coming at Newcastle United in May. 2 of the 4 players aged 21 or younger to create more than 10 chances in the Premier League this season are Arsenal's duo Smith Rowe and Bukayo Saka, with Smith Rowe assisting in 2 of his last 4 Premier League appearances. Michael Oliver would be in charge of this game. Look, guys, Arsenal has been on a mad run, right? They have been playing well. 7 games in all competitions, unbeaten. And Mikel Arteta seems like he's got his thing going. Like he just found his niche, and he He has the right squad. He dropped Bernd Leno from the first team, brought in Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale has been very commanding at the back, yelling at his defenders when they make mistakes. So the defenders say, hey, man, I don't want to make mistakes. I don't want this guy Aaron Ramsdale yelling in my ears. And, Ben White and Gabriel Magalhaes has, forming a nice, good partnership there. Kieran Tierney has to stay fit, but when he's not, the new signing, Nuno Tavares, who loves to kiss his dogs, he steps in and he looked good. Even though Arsenal, they don't have the biggest players back there, in terms of names like Rob Holding and guys like Callum Chambers. They do have Takehiro Tomiyasu. You feel me? He's big in Japan. Cedric Suarez, who I think is a waste signing for Arsenal, did play well in the last game in the EFL Cup there. And, Kolasinac had a good run out as well. So if they could manage to get these guys involved, who knows, man, they could go on a mad run. Leicester City, man, look, they've been very inconsistent this season, especially at the back. Struggling with injuries, and I think Fofana's injury is telling. With Amate featuring back there a lot. Johnny Evans have been struggling with injuries as well. Yannick Vestergaard haven't really settled in, and Soyuncu have not been having the best season. We know this. Castagna and Ricardo Pereira do marshal the wings, but they are not at their very, 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 very best. The best we know they can play. And Ryan Bertrand came in from Southampton to bolster the team. We go back over to Arsenal and their midfield, though. Thomas Partey has been going through a really good patch. Odegaard is a good addition to the team after his loan spell. But Smith Rowe and Saka are the men that are really propelling Arsenal Football Club forward. Gotta give it to the two. Granit Xhaka's influence was, a good one, and he picked up an injury, but Arsenal still playing well without him. You go over to Leicester City, where Yuri Tillemans have been, getting back in form. So has James Maddison. And look, with these players playing well, it's a positive sign, but they will be missing Wilfred Ndidi, who's actually dealing with some injury problems of late. So that's a worry. Mark Albrighton is always bright and about, and Harvey Barnes as well. I like the addition of Boubakary Soumaré. He's a very, very talented midfielder, box to box. He's very swift. I like that about him. Very, very swift. So we go to the forwards, and this is going to be an anticlimactic finish to the analysis of these two teams. I promise you. But Lacazette and Aubameyang, they're looking bright again. Pepe has to step his game up. And, Martinelli slowly involved along with Eddie Nketiah. The key for Brendan Rodgers to win more games, in my opinion, is the more he involved Kelechi Iheanacho from the start, is the better. Lookman has looked bright. Daka settled in well. Ayoze Perez, we know he could spring up in any game and do something really good, but he's a so-so player in my opinion. And Jamie Vardy, it will be key if he features or not. I think Jamie Vardy features in this game. I'm going for both teams to cancel each other out. There will be goals in the game. 2-2 draw, in my opinion. 2-2 draw between Leicester City and Arsenal FC. I need to drink some water. Damn, I was on a mad run there, though. What are you guys saying in the chat, though? Talk to me. In terms of the next game, ninth place Leicester will play Spartak Moscow in the return leg after they beat them 4-3. And then they have Leeds United and then Chelsea. In terms of the Gunners, who are 10th, just behind Leicester, level on points. Their next game will be against Watford, the London Derby. Then they have Liverpool and Newcastle. No European football this season for Arsenal, which could actually be a very, 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 very good thing. All right, so we do move on to the 8th match, and we're winding things down. So how's everybody doing? Big up to Thriller, high scoring 3-3 draw. King Saul, Leicester win. Easy bet. If Rodgers continues with the 3-5-2 formation, Leicester will win. Leicester 2-1, even though Arsenal are improving. All right. What's your opinion on the tie ownership? I think I answered that question already. I think I did. Let me just grab a bottle of water real quick. Water is running out. I have a whole bottle of water here, man. And thanks to everybody who donated to the channel in the past. It goes towards water and things like that. We got some big games to talk about. The City versus Palace, Liverpool, Brighton, and Tottenham United to wind down today's stream that we're going to wrap up in the next, let's say, maybe 30 to 40 minutes, man. It's going to be another marathon stream today. You know I like marathon streams. You know that's what I'm all about. I'm a marathon man, baby. You know what I'm saying? I'm a marathon man. I'm about marathons, man. Let's do this. Big up to the boy K Block, bro. Yo, I was actually looking back in the archives to those videos we made back in 2018, man. Those were classics. Those are definitely classics. Emmanuel Opoku, Leicester win. Antoine Eugene, a 1-1 draw. Palomo, Arsenal, 2-1. Victor Alexander, 1-1. 1-1 draw. Nader, a 2-1 draw. Big up to the boy Palomo. 2-2 draw. Elias, 2-1 Arsenal. Mr. Atom Boy, BDC, Leicester to win 2-1. Don't care what happens to Arsenal so long as Liverpool take over the lead from Chelsea, says Mr. Ajulo. We have Bambi Rosie saying 2-2 draw, just like me. Definitely plenty of goals. Leicester 3, Arsenal 3 here. Turns out Dom has 1% Finland in him. Nice. Big up to the boy Twiller. $5 towards the water fund, man. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Guys, remember, the water fund is always open. You know, the beer fund as well. Keep the lights on in the room fund as well. Keep the fan going fun. Keep the music flowing fun. Always open. So thanks to anybody who actually donate to the channel. Thriller, man. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. Definitely. One day when I move to Georgia, we're definitely going to link up and have a few beers, bro. You know what I mean? And that's something I plan to do sometime in the future. So, big up to Riley Sayers, who's saying 2-1 to Leicester. Arsenal will battle against... Oh, I thought you said they will battle against big teams. Won't they battle? Or will they bottle? Which one? Was that a typo? Thriller, cheers, bro. Cheers. So, look, we're going to move right on. Let's move right on. We got 3 more games to talk about. And the next game. Where is it? Can't find it. It's my game, man. My game. Manchester City versus Crystal Palace. And guys, you see here, it's Black History Month. You know what I mean? Heroes. Raheem Sterling. You know what, man? You know what I was thinking about doing, man? But it's kind of touchy, though. It's touchy. I was going to put together like an all-black team. All-black Premier League 11. I don't know, man. I don't want to really get racial and thing with the things, man. You see what I'm saying? But for Black History Month, I don't see anybody did that, though. Did anybody do that? Did anybody ever do that, though? You know what I'm saying? Are people scared? Are people scared to do things like this? Maybe they are. But it's okay. One of these days, though, I'll break down the barriers, man. I'll get the hammer, like Thor, and break down all the barriers. You feel me? Guys, don't forget to check out my Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City Combined 11 on the channel, man. That was a good little one. You'll enjoy it. Very debatable, of course. Any Combined 11 is debatable, but go check it out and tell me what you think. Let me know your Combined 11 as well. You know, so yeah, let's keep it going. Got a lot to talk about still, and let's not waste any time. Brighton 1, Man City 4 was the last game. West Ham 0, Man City 0. West Ham winning 5-3 on pens. Oh man, we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup. And Crystal Palace 1, Newcastle 1 was the last game for Palace. They did not take part in the EFL Cup. So, in terms of the last time these teams met, what happened to this match last season, this fixtures last season? Man City did the double over Palace. 4-0 at home, 2-0 on the road. There was a 2-2 draw at the Etihad, not good. And who remembers that 3-2 win for Palace back in 2018? I do, man. I do. Andros Townsend with that screamer. Gundogan scored first. Schlupp equalized. Townsend screamer. Milivojevic from the penalty spot. And Kevin De Bruyne with a late goal in the fight back. We lost the game. You see what I'm saying? Roy Hodgson. And there's, a few players have moved on from this Crystal Palace team. Wan-Bissaka was at right back. Tompkins, I don't see around the team these days. Mamadou Sakho left. Patrick Van Aanholt, he has left. Somewhere in Turkey right now. Milivojevic is still at the club. MacArthur, I think, is still at the club. And yeah, he is definitely at the club still. He's the one who kicked Saka to the ground the other day. Max Meyer has left. Schlopp is still there. Townsend left. Zaha is still there. So a few players from the starting 11 is still around. As for Manchester City, from that last time they lost, pretty much the same bunch of guys with Otamendi leaving, Delph leaving, and Leroy Sané leaving. All the other players are still at the club. Jesus, Sterling, Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Stones, De Bruyne, Foden, Mahrez, Aguero has left, Danilo has left. So pretty much the same bunch of guys. And that's, I think, the reason why Man City has been so consistent, you know what I mean? Consistent faces, you know, no crisis around the team apart from that whole that Champions League ban that was, you know, man, you know, I don't even want to get into the Champions League ban talk, man. You know what I'm saying? Because those were, they did it on Valentine's Day, you know. That's the crazy thing. Valentine's Day, they chose to do that. And look, it left a bit of, you know, what a lot of YouTubers, football YouTubers had to say on that day, it left a very, very bad taste in my mouth when it comes to a lot of people, man. You see what I'm saying? So people think I actually forget, man. I haven't forgot what you said about the team. You feel me? I haven't forget. People, you know, a lot of individuals like to take things personal when a club, an entity does something. You want to take it as a personal vendetta against this and whatnot. You feel me? Apart from a rivalry, you know, it's like, why? You don't know the full extent of the situation. You just uttering excrement out your mouth. Oh, City, they should get banned. They should get relegated. I'm like, God damn, man. Wow. The vitriol against City. But anyways, let's talk about this fixture a little bit more. 22 matches overall in the Premier League between the two teams. City with 14 wins, Crystal Palace with 3, and 5 games had ended in draws. At the Etihad, Crystal Palace have only 1 win, 3 draws, and 7 wins for Manchester City. This would be the first time Patrick Vieira and Pep is meeting each other. Pep in 11 games, 8 wins, 2 draws, and a loss against Crystal Palace here. So, look, it's going to be a test. It's going to be a really good test for Patrick Vieira and his Crystal Palace team. It won't be a walk in the park. And for City, I don't think it'll be a walk in the park too, but we're going to try our best. So I have a few things to actually share with you here in terms of Manchester City, right? And we're going to get into that. You're going to definitely get into that right now. Okay. So let me just find this little article that I have right here. And I'll share this with you. Okay. So, yeah. All right. So some good news. For that Man City fan. You know, Guido De Pau. He was actually 63 years old, you know. The Man City fan who was beaten into a coma by the Club Brugge fan last week is doing better. He's regularly awake and tries to talk and moves well. We carefully told him what happened. The tears rolled down his cheeks, says son Jurgen De Pau. That was actually sad, though. That was actually very, 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 very sad. Very, very sad. And I don't know the reason why you beat up a 63-year-old fan for actually, you know, he lives in Belgium and he supports City. I don't know why. Maybe he said something. Who knows? Who knows, man? Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Who knows? We don't know the full extent of the situation, but we know that it is absolutely horrible. There's also been some news that football agent Andre Curry has confirmed that Manchester City has approached Brazilian striker Yuri Alberto who's 20 years old, for a transfer that could cost as much as 20 million euros from Internacional in Brazil. So, yeah. And this may be part of the whole City Group signing, though. You know what I mean? So, look, just to get into the article a little bit more, it was claimed that Pep Guardiola's side has been missing a natural center forward and now have the 20-year-old as an objective for the next year. Now, as the Brazilian media picked up the rumor, we see an interesting update coming from the South American country. Journalist Juliano Mercado from Radio Inferno and One Football claims to have spoken to the player's representative, Andre Curry. According to him, the agent confirmed there's been an approach from Manchester City for the international striker. That's all that is said for now, with no information on how much the English player would like to pay or the price demanded by the Brazilian side. Yuri Alberto has 18 goals in 49 appearances for Internacional this season. He's currently valued by Transfermarkt at 6 million, although there are certainly no chances the club would let him leave for that little. So, with Tutto Mercato Web claiming a price of 20 million as being set by his club. So, yeah, man. Yeah. So, I don't know how true that is, but let's see if a deal like that actually happens. But if a deal like that do happen, I actually doubt it would be for the first team because, you know, we have a little striker by the name of Keke, and he's yet to get his opportunity. So, I doubt this, Yuri Alberto guy would come right in and start for Manchester City. The last Brazilian to do that was like Gabriel Jesus. And yeah, I don't know if the Alberto guy is that special. And some people may say that, oh man, Jesus ain't that special. What are you talking about, Dom? What are you talking about? So look, man, in terms of Crystal Palace, man, there's also been an update. You know, on Saturday, a member of the public contacted us to raise concerns about a banner displayed at the Crystal Palace versus Newcastle match at Selhurst Park. Following an assessment, officers have concluded that no offenses have been committed, no further action will be taken. And that banner is in regard to the takeover. The takeover where I think there was a sword and blood and all that sorts of things. And yeah, Newcastle fans are getting pissed off that people are actually coming at them right now over the takeover situation. And I'm like, why are you surprised, man? Why are you actually surprised that this is actually happening? I do have some fun stuff to share with you in terms of the other fixtures coming up. So make sure you stick around for that one. Okay, guys? Yeah. So, look, let's keep it moving. Let us keep it moving. I have a few more things to share with you. In terms of injuries right now for City, Ferran Torres, I think he's the only one out from my knowledge, according to my knowledge, and he has a broken leg. Benjamin Mendy is in jail, as we know. For Crystal Palace, Eze is still out injured, and pretty sure he's the only major injury doubt at the club as we speak. Do note that between now and the game, players could get injured during training and so on and so forth. Players to watch, in my opinion, Michael Olise, the youngster, Odson Edward, and Zaha. Got to be, very, very watchful of these players, though. So, did you know, guys? Did you know? This will be Manchester City's boss, Pep Guardiola's 200th Premier League match in charge. Currently with 146 wins, 25 draws, and only 28 losses. Whatever the result, the Spaniard has already won more of his first 200 in the competition than any other manager to reach the milestone. Bravo, 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 Pep Guardiola. You know what I mean? Maybe you made a mistake by signing Claudio Bravo, but anyways. Man City have just lost one of their last 50 Premier League matches that have kicked off at 15 military time. What is that? 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. on a Saturday. Winning 43, drawing 6. But has also that was also that was also a 3-2 defeat to Crystal Palace in December of 2018, and that was that one loss. So yeah. Palace striker Christian Benteke has made more Premier League appearances without scoring against Man City 13 than versus any other side. But the Belgian has 5 goals in his last 10 away league outings, as many as his previous 32. Yeah. We know Christian Benteke has been doing the business lately. Since the return to the Premier League in the 2013-14, Palace have conceded 39 goals in 16 Premier League meetings with Man City, keeping just 1 clean sheet. The Eagles have also failed to score in 11 of those 16 meetings. Andre Mariner will be in charge of this game. So that's it in terms of all the information you need to know. And my prediction here, man. Look, Crystal Palace have been a team that has struggled to pick up wins this season. They score first, they draw the game, or they lose the game, right? This game will be at Etihad. You hear the record. City has a great record against Crystal Palace. And Man City lost the last game on penalties to West Ham United. So, you know the team needs to bounce back. And Pep, he does not like to lose. I do not like to lose as well. And this is a game that I think Pep's not going to play around. He's going to put out his best possible 11. And he's going to pick up he's going to want to pick up a victory in this. Look, I don't know who he's going to start. But it should be Laporte, Diaz with Edison in goal, Kyle Walker, Cancelo at left back, Rodri in the middle, the midfield duo, Kevin De Bruyne, and it should be, I'm going to have to go in here with Bernardo, but he might actually go with Ilkay Gundogan. You know Pep loves Gundogan. Left wing is going to be Grealish. Through the center, let it be Phil Foden, please. And I'm going to go in with Riyad Mahrez at right wing. You have Gabriel Jesus to come off the bench. Raheem Sterling if you need. But Pep, please do not start Raheem Sterling, man. I have to say, I'm really fed up of Raheem Sterling and his inability to play football these days. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it is with him, man. Maybe he has something that he needs to get off his chest. You see what I'm saying? Because he has not been playing well. He has opportunities to score. He doesn't score. He has opportunities to pass. He doesn't pass. Picked up a few assists maybe here and there, but he has been terrible, man. I'm going to keep it real. You think I'm not going to... Listen, people don't like to actually criticize their players when they're not playing well. I'm going to criticize you, bro. You need to step your blood clot game up. I know you're Jamaican and you do understand what I'm saying. Step it up to blood clot. Okay? So, no Sterling, please. I beg you, Pep, from the start, and we'll be okay. But I like what Foden has been doing. Bernardo, brightest player so far, in my opinion, at City. Kevin De Bruyne, his presence would always, you know what I mean, be tangible. And for Crystal Palace, I think it's going to be a struggle here. They're going to play with less of the ball. We know this. Which means they would have to try to be compact. If they try to play a more open brand of football under Patrick Vieira, they're going to get put to the sword. They're going to get slaughtered. I know they have the goal threat in Benteke from a set-piece situation. I know they have Zaha, who's always a threat. And with him getting fouled, going down very easily, like Jack Grealish, they could get, you know, set-piece situations to put the ball in the box. Michael Olise, he could be a threat with his speed. Hudson Edward as well. But I think this should actually be a routine win for Man City. 3-0. Please, City, do not make me regret this prediction. Do not make this one blow up in my face, okay? I didn't make predictions for the EFL Cup game, so yeah, I could say, yeah, I didn't make any predictions. But 3-0 to City, though. Palace to lose. Palace to lose. Another clean sheet here for Edison. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the chat. What we got here? So, Thriller says 3-0 as well. Angel, 4-0. Dominic, you're only talking about Sterling, but not KDB. Man, listen, man, bro. Bro, I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you're picking up for Sterling, you've been very suspect lately with them comments, bro. I'm just putting it out there. So, Antoine, Premier League era, it took Alex Ferguson 5 years to win their 6 titles. Then Liverpool has already won 18 titles. Everton was on 9 titles and Arsenal 9. All right, Antoine. Nader is saying a 3-0 win for City here. Big up to Chase Athletics, man. Nice to see you in here, man. Thank you very much for coming through and thanks for being a member of the channel. We have big up to Hassie K. I don't know if you're still in here right now. Antoine, don't listen to the haters. Manchester United won most of their league titles in the Premier League. Back then, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Everton had more titles than United. Okay. So what else we got here though? Victor Alexander Sterling is a different player in an England shirt. Yeah, that is true. I don't know what's going on. Maybe him and Pep is not getting along well. 5-2 says Antoine Eugene here. So Emmanuel Opoku says City is losing this game. Yeah, that's what you wish for. That's what you wish for. It's okay. Emmanuel, I'm keeping an eye on you, you know. I'm putting you on the watch list, bro. Suspect. Anyways. Man, look, in terms of the next game, I don't need to go too deeper into this one. Third place Man City will play Club Brugge in the Champions League. Then a big game against Manchester United November 6th. Then we play Everton, PSG, West Ham, Villa. There's a lot of big games coming up though. A lot of big games. Hopefully we could win all of them, but don't think that's going to happen. But I hope it happens. You know what I mean? Hope it happens, man. I hope we beat PSG at home. You know what I mean? I hope we beat West Ham when we play them again. I hope we beat Manchester United really badly. Man, to talk about Man United, I'm telling you, I want to beat these guys so badly. Like, I want to beat the red shirts, the red Team Viewer sponsored shirts off their backs. Beat it off, man. I want every player running off the field in their underwears, man. Seriously, that's how bad I want to beat Man United. But it's all good, man. Let's cross that bridge when we get there. So, for Crystal Palace, who's in 15th, around the position where they usually are, their next game will be against Wolves. Then they play Burnley, Aston Villa, Leeds. Nice games coming up for Patrick Vieira and his boys. But I'm afraid you're going to lose this one, man. You know what I mean? But don't keep your heads down. Lift them up high. Move on. Take it on the chin. Work towards the next matches. And guys, talk about the next match. Let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. And this one will be with Liverpool, Brighton and Hove Albion. The Liverbird versus the Seagulls. Let's talk. Liverpool smashed Manchester United 5-0 in their last game. What a resounding victory there against their bitter rivals. And they beat Preston 2-0 in the EFL Cup. For Brighton, they lost 4-1 to City at home. And they also lost in the EFL Cup after drawing 2-2 to Leicester, but losing 4-2 on penalties. What happened last season between these two teams, you may ask, man? Was there a win in there for Brighton? I think so. Brighton and Hove Albion picked up their first ever win against Liverpool last season. So there's a first time for everything. And they actually went unbeaten against Liverpool last season, believe it or not. A 1-1 draw at home November 28th. And on February 3rd, on a Wednesday, they went to Anfield and defeated Liverpool 1-0 at Anfield with a 56-minute strike by Steven Alzate, who will not be available for this game, injured. Too bad, Brighton fans, but that was a spirited performance, though. Very good performance. You had the likes of Salah, Firmino, Thiago, Milner, Wijnaldum on the field. But to be fair, Henderson was in the centre-back position, along with Nat Phillips, Kelleher in goal, and Alexander Arnold. This would be a totally different Liverpool team that Brighton will be facing come this weekend, okay? Before that, in the previous 8 Premier League matches before last season, well, previous 6, Liverpool won every single game, right? They really dominated this fixture. And even in the cup matches where they played Brighton before in 2012 and 2011, they dominated Brighton. And I bet if we go back in history, that we're not going to do right now, Liverpool have been getting a better Brighton and Hove Albion for some time. Okay, so was a one-sided fixture? Not anymore. Not anymore. Brighton would actually fancy their chances of picking up something from the Reds, who are hot, who are red hot this season, the only team in the league unbeaten. And as Ryan LFC said earlier, one of the only teams around Europe unbeaten as well, right? Where they are yet to lose in the Champions League, yet to lose in the League Cup. And when Ryan said that, I was like, what are you talking about? But yeah, he's on to something, though. He's definitely on to something. So, yeah. Liverpool, man, on fire, the talk of the town right now. Mo Salah, man. Mo Salah. Big up to the boy, Mo Salah. And there's been some news that came out saying Mo Salah to be taught to Egypt's school children. Do you guys actually believe this? Do you believe this? I have an article to share with you from the New Arab, right? Let's go. Let's go over to that article and let's see what they actually saying here. Let's eat the cookies. Let's accept the cookies there. We don't want to eat cookies from everybody, but these sites require you to do so. So where they'll take those cookies and track you and know how to advertise to you and things like that. It's all about money, man. It's all about money. And we know Salah is in, talks for a new contract at Liverpool. It's all about money, man. You know what I mean? It's a 2-minute read. So let me just go through this right now. Mo Salah to be taught to Egypt's school children. Song like a Caribbean person wrote this or translated into Caribbean, right? School, them little school picking there. You know what I'm saying? They want to learn about Mo Salah. All right. One text describes Mo Salah as a role model to millions of Egyptians, calling him the happiness maker. See Mo Salah pictured right there. Football legend Mo Salah is making his educational debut. Alex Livesey, Danehouse/Getty for the picture credits. The achievements of Mo Salah, the Liverpool football superstar, will be taught to school children as part of his native's Egypt curriculum to inspire pupils to achieve. The 29-year-old's story on the pitch, as well as his extensive charity efforts off the pitch, are now included in both primary and secondary school books across the nation, The Times reported on Monday. His sporting successes, which have seen him rack up the highest total number of English Premier Leagues of any African player and become a linchpin for Liverpool, nice word, are covered at primary level, while secondary pupils will learn of how he's given back to society. The text for secondary student reads, Salah's desire to help others is because he wants to give young people a chance to succeed. I quote, he is a role model. Let me repeat that. I didn't read that properly. He is a role model to millions of Egyptians who give him the nickname the happiness maker. Related, the Egyptian king Mo Salah's boundary breaking legacy. All right, not going to get into that right now. Maybe another time. Salah has given the impoverished Nagrid agricultural village in northern Egypt, where he's originally from, ambulances, a school for girls, and a water plant. I didn't notice, man. Big up to Mo Salah for his philanthropy. You know what I mean? Big up, big up, big up. We only hear about what he do on the field, scoring wonder goals and things against City, and against Watford, and against Atletico Madrid, and against Chelsea, and things like that. But we haven't heard about him giving an ambulance. You know what I mean? That's big. That's massive. You see what I mean? He also created a group to help the orphaned and impoverished in Gambia Governorate, where Nagrid is located. A thoroughly religious man, his now 7-year-old daughter shares a name with Islam's holiest city, usually spelled Mecca in English. A photo of Mecca and her father adorns the secondary level textbook. This is big. This is big, man. And guys, I'm taking my time to read this because, it's sometimes with things are written, you got to really take your time. So, Mo Salah on Twitter here. With this team, winning should always be the only option. Salah's victories have seen Liverpool acquire a huge Egyptian following. Yet, even with Salah's captaincy, the Egyptian team has repeatedly struggled, having exited the 2018 World Cup in Russia without a victory. I have to say, they're lucky they got to the World Cup in the first place. Props to Salah for that. Liverpool fans need not worry, however. They can expect more fantastic Salah finishes for Liverpool for some time to come, as the forward recently said he wants to finish his career at the Merseyside club. God damn it. Oh, man. We got to deal with Salah for about 5 more years? That's actually petrifying. Seriously. I'm scared. I'm really scared. Nah, I'm not afraid of any man. You know what I'm saying? Not afraid of men. Anyways, man, that was a really nice little article on Mo Salah there. The man is being taught in school, man. Listen, guys, I'll be back. I'm about to attend my Salah class right now. Okay? I can't cut Salah class today. I'll cut another class, maybe, English literature, but not Salah. Can't afford to miss this class, man. This class is too good. Too good. And you know what? We actually get to watch football clips in this class too, Guys, let's go. Let's go to the class, man. Come on. Let's go. Let's do this. It's very, very important. Very, very, very importante to do. Also, Mo Salah recently became the highest leading goal scorer in the Premier League. Highest leading African goal scorer. I forgot that very, very important detail. But here's a list of the African players with the most goals across Europe's most popular leagues. The Premier League, La Liga, the Bundesliga, the Serie A, and Ligue 1. You could see in the Premier League, Mo Salah leads the table with 107 goals. Didier Drogba with 104 and Sadio Mane with 100. Big up to the boy Mane as well, who's going to want to catch up with Salah, though? Mane has that in the back of his mind. It would be a really good thing if Mane gets his shooting boots on and go on a race with Salah. That would be lovely. For La Liga, Samuel Eto'o, who did feature in the Premier League briefly. I think he played Everton and Chelsea briefly. And he has 162 goals in La Liga, which is absolutely amazing. Frederick Canute with 89 and Christopher Ohen with 42. In the Bundesliga, the boy Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang leads the charge with 98. I don't know why, man. He couldn't resist Arsenal. He could have got to the 100 mark, but he just had to sign for Arsenal. And he finishes on 98 with Anthony Yeboah with 96 and Jonathan Akpobori with 60. In terms of the Serie A, George Weah, only African player to win a Ballon d'Or to date. Mo Salah would actually want to replicate that maybe in 2022 if his form continues. He has 46 Premier Serie A. I don't know why I said Premier, but Primera A. Anyways, Serie A goals. AC Milan. He did play for Manchester City at one time, and there's a funny story of him at Man City too. So not gonna get into that right now. Gervinho, who's still in the Serie A, the last time I checked, has 39. He could pass that. And Kuma Babaka with 39. In terms of Ligue 1, Mamadou Niang has 100 goals. And, you see him pictured there. That's what a Marseille kit. We had Shabani Nunda with 88. And George Weah himself is on the list too with 83 goals, where he featured for Paris Saint-Germain. So, brilliant stuff there. I hope you guys enjoy this little graphic of the African players with the most goals across the top European leagues. And it'll be fun to see, across more European leagues as well. Maybe this is a video I could actually expand on. If you're watching this and you want to make this video, you could do that. So, yeah, man, big up to Mo Salah. He's been doing a business. He's been the talk of the town. He's been trending all over the place. So, in terms of injuries, Liverpool, would be without Thiago Alcantara, still out injured. Most likely a doubt for the game too. Naby Keita, a doubt. Harvey Elliott, we know, out for long term. Fabinho is also a doubt. Milner, a doubt. And backup goalkeeper Kelleher missed the EFL Cup game. Allison would keep, but Adrian kept in that EFL Cup game. So for Brighton, Welbeck and Alzate are out injured. They're doubtful for the game for sure. And Dan Burn has now been ruled out of this match as well. You know, big lanky defender. One of the tallest, if not the tallest player in the Premier League. He's out. You know, that should be a nice combine 11 to make, right? Tallest Premier League 11. Don't steal my ideas, please, anybody watching this. But look, let's go back over to the Premier League section here, you know what I'm saying? And did you know, guys, did you know that Liverpool have won 5-0 in their last 2 Premier League matches, beating Watford and Manchester United? They are looking to become the 3rd side to win 3 Premier League matches in a row by 5 or more goals after Chelsea in 2010 and Manchester City in 2017. Man City went on to get 100 points, though. Don't forget that, guys. Mo Salah's hat-trick at Old Trafford last week took the Liverpool forward to 10 Premier League goals after just 9 matches in the season. He is only the 3rd player to reach double figures before his 10th match of the campaign after Les Ferdinand for Newcastle in 95-96 and Dominic Calvert-Lewin last season. And he didn't really end up on a whole ton of goals. So if Salah continues with this current goal scoring form, right, this would be what will happen at the end of the season, right? 9 into 38 is 6. No, 4. What am I saying? 6, 4. It's 4, right? With 2 remainder, right? 4. Which means that Salah, on the trajectory right now, would actually score 40 goals in the Premier League. That'll be a record, of course. That'll be sick. That'll be sick if he goes on to score 40 goals. I don't know why I said 6 just now for 9 into 36, though. My math is pretty strong, man. You know, and that was just a little boo-boo. That's all. That was all it was. Nothing else. You know, don't think I'm a little dunce boy, you know what I mean? Pretty bright out here. Having lost their first 6 Premier League meetings with Liverpool, Brighton picked up 4 points in their 2 meetings with the Reds last season, winning 1-0 in this exact fixture in February. Brighton's Alexis McAllister has scored 2 goals in his 7 Premier League matches this season, just having netted just once in his first 30 appearances in the competition. All 3 of his Premier League goals have been scored as a substitute. Mike Dean would be in charge of this match. So, in terms of my prediction for this one, guys, Brighton, man. Brighton have started out really bright. They've been shining brighter than a diamond this season. Best ever start to a top flight season. Graham Potter working his magic with the team as well. But, look, when you meet superior, elite opposition like a City, got 4-1 last week, and you're going to meet a Liverpool this week, you got to change your game plan. Your game plan cannot be, yeah, let's go out there and knock the ball around and play open brand of football and take the game to this team. No. You got to be compact. I think they were brave last season and Liverpool were very depleted. Give props to Brighton. They did well to pick up those 4 points unbeaten against Liverpool last season. But this is a whole new season, man. Liverpool are more cohesive. They have a more consistent 11. With guys like Van Dijk back in the team, Matip back in the team. You see what I'm saying? And Jurgen Klopp, he's on a run right now. They're on a mad run right now. You see what I mean? Their last, let's say, 19 games, I think they're unbeaten. So, could Brighton actually stop Liverpool? Could Brighton stop Liverpool? It's possible. But do they have the weapons to do so? Well, anybody could show up on the day and, you know, come to the party. Trossard, you know, a Solly March comes to mind. Tariq Lamptey, he looked live against City. Cucurella as well, he looked good. Mopé has to step his game up big time. Welbeck, we know, will be out. Lallana will be relishing this opportunity against his old team if he's fit enough to start. I think Brighton has to get the recently arrested is Bissouma involved. Bissouma has to be involved here. He got to be involved, without a doubt. Enoch Mwepu has been in good form as well. It's going to be a tough one. The defense is going to be busy. It's going to be interesting to see how Cucurella manages Salah. How Mane or Jota, whoever starts, is managed by Veltman or Lamptey, if Lamptey starts. This one is going to be a good one, though. But the run that Liverpool has been on, the consistency that they have shown, I only see one winner here. I only see one winner. Teams are going to have to prove me wrong and actually pick up something against Liverpool, because I don't see them dropping any points in this game. I'm going to go for Liverpool to win the game 3-0. 3-0 in front of the Anfield faithfuls. 3-0. It's going to be really hard to beat Liverpool right now. 3-0 win for the Reds, and the Seagulls continue struggling to fly in any weather. So in terms of their next games, for second place Liverpool, who would remain unbeaten in my opinion, they will play Atletico Madrid, who they did conquer at the Wanda Metropolitano in the last game. Then they have West Ham, Arsenal, some tests coming up if the Liverpool players actually consider those games a test. So play against those London clubs last season, it was pretty much formality. As for Brighton, who's flying high? You know what I mean? They're fifth right now in the league. Their next game will be against Newcastle, Aston Villa, Leeds, West Ham, Southampton. They have a nice run of games coming up. Tottenham, Wolves, really nice run of games coming up there for Brighton. So we could see them continue to do well in the league, but I don't think they'll do well in this game at all. And that's my prediction here. Liverpool 3, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Talk to me. Talk to me, guys. Talk to me. Hope you enjoyed that one. Let me know your thoughts in the chat here. What we got? 6-0 Sunam Giamsto hat-trick again. Salah hat-trick. Let's see if Salah scores again in this game. Let's see if he continues to score. So, yeah, man. Thriller, unpopular opinion. I see this as a 2-2 draw because Liverpool are missing so many midfielders. Let's see. Let's see if it turns out to be right, Thriller. Let's see. Emmanuel, who's obviously a Liverpool fan, says 5-0 win for Liverpool. Let's see if that happens. Johnny Longs, big up to you, man. Big up to Luman, you as well. Probably causing trouble in the chat as usual. And maybe not. Big up to Mr. Odunuga Olalekan. Damn. See what I'm saying? Jeez. Name's hard to say, bro. Know what I'm saying? Name's definitely hard to say. You know, what do they call you for short, bro? Odu? Oh, man, my name's Odu, bro. Just call me Odu. Know what I mean? Big up to the boy Alan Clark. Didn't see the super chat. £2. Dr. Mo Salah to become the GOAT. Class dismissed. Thank you there. Pretty, you know, good stuff with Salah in that class. And thanks, Alan Clark, for the £2, man. Coming all the way out of Britain. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. I wonder if I go over to England to live, you know, just let me do an experiment and go to England. I wonder if I'll change my accent to an English accent. You know, I've known people that went to England and within 6 months, they're talking like they're from England. I'm like, bro, stop it, man. Stop it. I have a friend of mine who did that, and I'm like, God dang, bro. Damn, can't believe you. I can't believe you. Wow. Can't believe you. You just go over there and you're talking like that, bro. Like, come on. You know what I mean? Brav. Mike, 3-1 to Liverpool, but Brighton are a good squad. That in the back five formation will frustrate Liverpool for a while. Foon Jung Meng, bro. Oh, man, big up to Foon, man. How are you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. 8-0. Salah to score 4 goals. Steve Ox Curtis played yesterday. You guys have Keita, Fabinho, Thiago all out injured. UK is boring, fam. Ah, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. Big up to everybody, though. But, guys, look, man. We have one last game to talk about. The stream, 3 hours, 13 minutes. We managed to bring on Ryan for a little 20 minutes as well. That was fun. You know, I appreciate Ryan coming on to share his thoughts. And we have one game, man. The game between the two clubs I like the least or I hate the most. Don't like these teams. And I'm human. I just don't like these teams. I think Tottenham are a quasi-progressive club. And you know what quasi means? They're wannabe. Thanks for keeping Kane, by the way. Manchester United, juggernauts of the past. They're sleeping right now. They've been dormant since the 2012-13 season. You see what I'm saying? Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been the talk of the town. Everybody making Ole Gunnar Solskjaer videos. You know what I mean? Big up to all the people making Ole Gunnar Solskjaer videos as well. The United fans want him sacked, but we want him in. We want Ole in. We want Ole in. Nuno under some pressure right now at Tottenham as well, but yeah, he might actually wiggle himself out of the situation. But could Ole and United bounce back from that 5-0 loss they suffered against Liverpool there? They didn't take part in the Carabao Cup, but that was an embarrassing loss, if not one of the most embarrassing losses ever. 6-1 versus City come to mind. They did lose big to Southampton. They have a few big losses in their history, right? But to lose 5-0 to your bitterest rivals, is bitterest the word? Bitterer and bitterest. It's fine, man. That's the beauty about English. You can make up words as you go along. You know what I mean? You know? Anyways, man. Tottenham Hotspur, they lost a 0-0 to West Ham, where they didn't register a single shot, I think, at goal in the second half, if I'm not mistaken. And they beat Burnley in the EFL Cup, so they're still in that. Tottenham could actually win a trophy, guys. They could. They could. Would it happen? I don't think so. Don't think so at all. Don't think so. But we're going to get into this. We're going to get into this game. This is a big game. That's why I kind of left it for last. It's a huge one, though, in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the managerial position at Manchester United. What happened to these two clubs the last time they met each other? You may ask, right? So last season, United beat Spurs 3-1, but Spurs beat United 6-1. And I didn't even mention the 6-1 loss. It's happening so often to United these days that I'm like, I'm missing some big ones though. But this was the very same day, October 4th, 2020, when Man United got 6 put past them by Tottenham earlier in the day. And later on in the day, Liverpool got smashed 7-2 by Aston Villa, right? And you could remember some incidents where Liverpool fans, you know what I mean, on YouTube, I ain't going to call no names, and they laughed at United, and then Liverpool got smashed 7-2, and they got memed, you know what I mean? Some people are just memes, you see what I'm saying? So, look, before that, a 1-1 draw, but United won previous games, 2 games played in 2019, a 0-0 and 2-1. But Tottenham have actually enjoyed some success against Manchester United across the last 4 seasons. Last 10 matches, Tottenham, believe it or not, has 4 wins against Manchester United. 4. Believe it or not. And in the all-time Premier League history, let me make sure that's on the screen right now. 58 games before that, Tottenham had 6 wins against United. But in the last 10 games, Tottenham has 4. That's how low Man United have fallen in the pecking order. That's how low they are. That is how low. So the overall record, 58 games, 10 wins for Spurs, 12 draws, 36 wins for Manchester United. At home for Spurs, they do have 6 wins, 14 L's, and 9 draws. So they haven't lost over 50% of their home games against Manchester United, which is a very, very, very good sign. Very, very good sign. Look, I don't have a lot of notes in terms of players out injured, but Paul Pogba will be out for 3 games. Red card against Liverpool. Rafa Varane and Anthony Martial could be back into contention for this match. The Frenchman will be fit again after suffering injuries on international duty for France. Ryan Sessegnon still out injured, and I think it was a mistake by him going by him going to Tottenham Hotspur. Just keeping it real. They never give him a fair shot at Tottenham at all. Matt Doherty, who was out injured, could be fit enough. I doubt he'll feature. So, is Harry Kane going to finally wake up, though? He do have a goal and an assist this season in the league, right? Is he going to wake up finally against United? I actually think maybe United should have went in for Harry Kane, though. You know what I mean? I always envision him playing for United. It has never happened. Could they go in for him next season? Because I think Man City are not going to go in for Kane again. You know what I mean? It's like a girl, right? A hot girl. You see her, you like her, you're attracted to her. You see a future with her. You holler at her. She turn you down. You see what I'm saying? Oh, she's already with somebody. And they say, man, they put up a fight. They put up a really good fight. And they manage to keep the girl, right? Yeah, you got to just move on with your life. You got to get another girl. And that's what I think Man City should do. Just get another player. Leave Harry Kane alone. He ain't even all that. You take off the makeup and he ain't even all that. You see what I'm saying? He ain't all that. Feel me? Let him go to United in the future. Is Harry Kane going to come good against Manchester United here? They need him to. They need him to step up. They need Son. They need Lucas Moura. They need Ndombele to come good. Pierre-Emile Haibier. They need him. But Jadon Sancho, man, it's actually laughable that Jadon Sancho was brought in for such big money and is yet to actually score or assist a single goal for Manchester United. I know he's only 21 years old, but 7 appearances. They're calling him 007 right now. I saw something on Twitter I shared. 007. Agent Sancho. Agent Bencho. 7 games, no goals, no assists. Champions League, 3 appearances, no goals, no assists. Carabao Cup, 1 appearance, no goals, no assists. It's been a horrible start to his Man United career. You talk about Donny van de Beek as well. I feel bad for this guy, man. Like, this guy was so promising at Ajax and he came over to United and it's like he's just not getting the chances. And that's the thing with Ole. You got to give players a chances, man. If what you're trying isn't working, just try something else. Try something else. Even if it means resting Bruno Fernandes for 1 game. Try Van de Beek, maybe. You see what I mean? And with Pogba out, is he even going to give Donny van de Beek a chance? I doubt he's going to persist with Fred and McTominay. You feel me? McTominay has his moments, but he's an average footballer. He's had his moments. Fred, great at Shakhtar, does pretty okay for Brazil, but at United, he's an average footballer. Below average. Nemanja Matic is... His best days are over. Pass him. Benfica, Chelsea, Serbia national team. That's pass him. United are never going to succeed with these players at the club. I hope I don't come back to regret what I just said there, though. You know what I'm saying? But they're never going to... Listen. United are never going to succeed with the crop of players they have at the club, especially with Solskjaer in charge. We know Cristiano Ronaldo came in and he was deemed as their Lord and Savior. Second coming. He has performed well, but what if, when you take a look from another angle, what if you step back over here, right? You just step back over here a little. You know what I'm saying? And you look at things from a different angle. You just come over here and you just look at things from a different angle. Maybe you'll notice that Cristiano Ronaldo is probably not even helping United, but hurting United. But people may say that ain't true. That ain't true. There's been news that's coming out and say that Ronaldo is keeping the United dressing room together because Solskjaer have lost the dressing room. Listen, Ronaldo has to focus on him scoring some goals for United as well. He got to focus on that. He got to focus on coming up, with some goals. Not just saving them when they, behind and they need a goal. You actually have to put out some dominant performances. Put out some dominant performances and stop struggling. United have played 13 games this season. 13. I kid you not. And they have only been convincing in 2. The 4-1 win against Newcastle and the big win, I think that was 5-0 or 5-1 against Leeds. Yeah, 5-1 I think. Those are the only 2 games. And United are struggling because of their I don't know. They always tend to go in for players who, were linked to other clubs and they have to end up overpaying for that player just to get the player. And that's actually sorry. That's a sorry sight. That's a sad sight. The players always come out in social media and say they always wanted to play for United. They're happy. These players just want to have pictures to show their grandkids one day that they played for the mighty Man United who, won things under Alex Ferguson but not under anybody else. That's what they want. It's a legacy thing for some of these players, right? It is. Rafa Varane, I think, is past his best days. Harry Maguire is a fridge. No, nothing else need to say about that. Nothing else. Nothing else. I ain't gonna say nothing else about that. He was linked to City. He's had some good games for United, and he was given a captaincy in like 6 months. Well, so these are little things like, like Victor Lindelof is now 27 years old. So by the time you blink, Harry Maguire is 31. Varane is 31. Lindelof is like 30. Bailly is 30. By the time, Phil Jones is washed. He's done. By the time you blink, Luke Shaw is like 28. So you think United's not going to get better unless there's a complete overhaul of this team. This team needs an overhaul. This team needs to be thrown away into the garbage pile, and then you pick out who you want to keep and leave the rest right there. That's what you need to do. And they need a better manager. Solskjaer as well need to be thrown into that pile. And I'm being for real. Being 100% for real right now. You want me to repeat what I just said? The entire Manchester United team need to be thrown into the garbage. Like, they need to be dashed away. And a new manager need to come in and say, okay, this is who I'm taking. Let me take this player, that player, that player, that player, leave the rest right there. Give me a big purse, and I go in and I sign some players, and I give you a winning team. That's the only way Manchester United are going to succeed. And who's going to be the manager to do so? Who could they actually persuade to take charge of this team where the managerial position has been somewhat of a poison chalice over the last couple years? David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Failures. All of them. All of them. All the players have been failures as well. With a few exceptions. Not going to get into the exceptions. Not looking good. Not looking good. And it could get very, very ugly. It could get ugly. Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur. Or I should say Tottenham. Are you going to actually be Tottenham Hotspur this weekend? Or are you going to be Spurs or Tottenham? Make the statement here, Nuno. Make the statement here and beat Manchester United. You beat Man United, maybe Solskjaer get the sack, or maybe he gets one more game. Or I doubt they would want to do that. Because if he lose to Tottenham, right? If he lose to Tottenham, I don't think they would want to actually allow Man City to go to Old Trafford and dish out a beating like Liverpool did and embarrass them again, and then that will be the end of Solskjaer. I doubt they would want to do that. I doubt they would want to do that. Really doubt. Really doubt. Let's get into the did you know section. You know what I mean? I've been going off a lot there, but you know, yeah. Did you know Mason Greenwood has scored 5 goals in his last 7 Premier League away appearances and 9 overall on the road for Manchester United? At 20 years old and 29 days, on the day of this match, he could become the youngest player to score 10 Premier League away goals since Wayne Rooney, 19 years, 21 days, in November of 2004, with Rooney scoring his 10th away goal at Newcastle for Manchester United. Tottenham Hotspur, let me reread that. Tottenham have lost more Premier League matches against Manchester United than they have versus any other side in the competition with 36. Spurs that's more like it. Son Heung-min had a hand in 4 goals in his 2 matches against Man United last season, 3 goals and 1 assist, having failed to register a single goal involvement in his first 8 appearances against the Red Devils. After netting 3 goals in his first 2 Premier League appearances for Manchester United this season, Cristiano Ronaldo hasn't scored in any of his last 4 league matches. I've been telling you guys, listen, these guys need to step up, all of them. All of them, man. His worst run since November 2017 for Real Madrid, also 4 in a row. He hasn't gone 5 in a row without a goal since a run of 9 for Red Devils between 2008 and January 2009. Stuart Atwell will be in charge of the game here. Look, guys, in terms of my prediction for this match, let me get to the prediction and I'll let you guys know who I think will win. Look, Spurs haven't been playing well. Man United has not been playing well. Spurs lost in the Europa Conference League and recently won in the EFL Cup, but their Premier League form has been very, 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 very sketchy of late, right? They're 6th in the table. They have 5 wins and 4 losses. They lost to West Ham. They lost to Vitesse in the Conference League. They barely beat Newcastle. They did beat Aston Villa. You know what I mean? They've been on a good run, but they did lose to Arsenal. They did lose to Chelsea. You see what I'm saying? So these are some things that happened to Tottenham so far this season. It's been a so-so season. Up and down season. Topsy-turvy. Hot and cold. Are they going to have the balls to beat Manchester United? It will be at the brand spanking new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. State-of-the-art stadium. That's the place to do it in front of your fans, man. It will be filled to capacity. Make the statement. Get the job done. Beat Man United. Are they going to be able to do it? United has to bounce back from that horrible loss they suffered against Liverpool. Are they going to bounce back, or we're going to see Solskjaer fall flat on his face here? Guys, we know there's a thing that anytime Solskjaer needs a result, he gets a result. Let's watch and see Solskjaer beat Tottenham, maybe get a draw against City, pick up a win here and there again, you know, pick up a win in the Champions League, maybe draw against Chelsea, maybe beat Arsenal and save his job. That's possible. That is also possible. You see what I'm saying? That is possible, because if they wanted to sack him, man, that 5-0 loss was deemed, that you deserve to get sacked after that. United are winning the game. United are winning the game. 2-1. They're winning. They're not losing this one. Not losing this one. I don't see it happening. Don't see it happening. You know what I mean? I'm Ray Charles. Stevie Wonder to this one. I don't see that one happening. Man United 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1, and Tottenham 1, and Solskjaer alive again. Until the City game. We're going to make things a lot more interesting if he beats Tottenham, beat Atalanta or get a point or something, and host City at Old Trafford and the big showdown. Early Saturday morning, November 6th. November 6th. I'll be on vacation, but I'll wake up early and watch that game. I actually thought I was going to be out the country, but that's not going to happen anymore, so I'll be able to watch that game. I'll still be in the country. So, look, for United, the next game will be against Atalanta in the Champions League, and then they play Man City. Watford, Villarreal, Chelsea, Arsenal. Tough games coming up for Manchester United, though. So if Solskjaer survives, it means that United have done something really good, and they would still keep themselves in the running for a top 4, or maybe possibly the Premier League title. I just got to keep it real. It's possible still. Mathematically possible. There's still 87 points up for grabs, and with 14 points, they could still get 100 points. Not going to happen, but they could. Tottenham's next game is against Vitesse, and they have Everton and Leeds Mura in the Conference League. So, 2 Conference League matches coming up there. Let's see if they get out of their group, or let's see if they falter and fall flat on their faces. So, guys, what are you saying? That'll be the roundup. Epic 3 hours, 35 minutes. Oh, my God. Really went in deep for that one. I don't think the next one is gonna be so information filled, but I just had to go in, man. I just had to give you guys a thorough, preview of the matches. I think you deserve it. I think you deserve quality stuff. Compact. It's fun, but you know what I mean. It's fast food, man. Fast food. This is cook food settings. Cook food. What are you guys saying in the chat right now? What are you guys saying? Thriller, historically high scoring 9-9 draw. That would be crazy though. That'd be crazy. Big up to Andrew Naftali in the house here. How are you doing? Who else we got in here, man? Making predictions. John S, man, how are you doing? Man U 3-1. Man City. Okay. All right. Bit early there. Big up to Ernest Blanks who says Coleman in, Ole out. Could that actually happen? Big up to Jarvis Paris. It's going to be a 2-2 game down. Let's see. Son will score with Ronaldo 1-1, my prediction. Big up to the boy AD, man. Ronaldo's delusional, says Naftali. What else we got here? Tottenham flap Spurs, says Errol Brown. United has a squad but don't have a team. Ronaldo to me is only looking in his best interest to score goals and not concerned with the team loses. What else we got here? Big up to Nadir in the house. Victor Ojomo. Our 7th defeat against Aston Villa last season was unfortunate loss. It was unfortunate for us before Aston Villa scored 3. Man, stop it. A deflection shit, bro. Stop it, bro. Salah just scored a deflected goal against, who was it against? Atletico Madrid recently. Stop it, man. We're not counting deflections of our goals still. You need them. Things deflect. You see what I'm saying? It happens. Things deflect off each other all the time, bro. Chill with the deflecting nonsense. I hate when people come tell me about deflections. And you know what else I hate? When I'm having a proper conversation and you bring up about Man City don't have no Champions League. I hate that. I absolutely hate that. I'm having a proper conversation with you and you change the topic and you're coming to tell me about Champions Leagues when we're talking about Premier League. Stick to the script, man. It's about context. People are so petty. When they don't have any good arguments, they always come. Oh, but you don't have no Champions League. Oh, here, look at how many Champions League we have here. Yeah. No one's talking about the Champions League, god damn it. We're not. You see what I'm saying? We're not. We're not talking about the Champions League, man. God damn, stop it. It's annoying. But anyways, man, you talk about the Champions League, Man City are the only, they're definitely the only Premier League team who has been in the Champions League for the last 10 straight seasons. Who has more Champions League points? We haven't won it. You got more points. Dom, you got a point there, Dom. It doesn't work like that. You got to win it. No, we got to win it, though. Got to win it. But, guys, it's now 1:04 p.m. local time. Been live for 3 hours, 39 minutes. It's been a very good show. Really enjoyed it. Guys, my book only has a few pages left in there. That's it. Only a few pages. I have a brand new book. I can't wait to open it and christen it. We have a long season ahead, man. A long season ahead. You feel me? Imagine we are only in match week 10. Match week 10. Imagine. We have to do this again. What? 4 times over? What, 3 more times? You know what I'm saying? 18, 27, 238. Still early, man. Still early. A lot of work left to be done. You know, but thanks to everybody who's came on the journey with me. And we just continuing to grow in numbers, strength by strength. And it's not easy. Woke up very early. 8:30 or so I woke up. And the last 5 hours I've been really focused on this. But what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to switch off. And I still have to focus on this. Because I got to download the stream, put in some timestamps, take some clips out and things like that. And it's going to be busy. We don't have no European football this week, but I'm pretty sure there's football around the leagues. I might tune into a game or two, who knows. And yeah, don't forget to check out yesterday's stream. We talked about the other 5 European leagues. We talked about the Carabao Cup and talked about a lot of things, man. Just sharing a lot of information. Football is very big. It's very big. And it's impossible, almost impossible to cover everything. But I try my best to talk about most of the relevant things. And then we have the World Cup qualifiers coming up again. October is ending. November is almost here. I have a vacation coming up. I'm going to take a little break. We'll be working on vacation too, but not that much. And then we come back for the international break where I'll be home. I'll be home for that international break. Most of it, I think. And there'll be watch-alongs. There'll be a lot of videos coming in November. And we're going to keep things pushing, man. We're going to keep things pushing. You see what I mean? And then December is coming around. I want to have like a little Christmas show. I want to have like a build-up to Christmas. Just to have the cheer going. You feel me? The whole spirit going again. Should I put up a Christmas tree in the back there? Maybe I should, right? I should buy a Christmas tree and put it up back there. And put up something for like, you know, the other religions and things. Something for Kwanzaa, maybe? Hanukkah? You know? Maybe, I don't know. I'll think about it. Christmas tree would be a nice look in the background, though. For real. So, yeah, man. Guys, I appreciate everybody in here. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up button. What are we looking like in terms of likes? 104 likes, 112 likes, 4 dislikes. Appreciate everybody who liked the video, guys. If you haven't yet liked it, make sure you do so. You know, much love, much respect. Don't forget today's stream is brought to you by the lovely folks over at Manscaped. You know, head on over to the site, use the coupon code Dominic Rich to get yourself 20% off your orders. Trust me, your balls would thank you. You know what I mean? Where's my my thing? Where's my thing? You know, I have it right here. You know, I used it once. No need to use it yet. You know, well groomed. And the next time I'm ready, I'll just take it out and use it. Yeah, this is kind of nasty. Let me put this back. Let me put that back. But appreciate everybody in here right about now, man. Guys, thanks for watching another one from your boy Dom. Until next time, peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. Peace. Peace.